Hello.
Hmm?
Welcome back, everyone.
No. This can't be right. We
We're
don't do
here.
podcasts.
Finally,
Thought we were gonna play games.
all of us.
What's a podcast?
We sit and talk into mics,
Oh, okay.
We do that for everything.
It's true. He's got you there.
but that's all we do. We don't watch anything. We don't play anything.
Hey, according to the
Watching chat
surveillance state, we're always talking into mics, Calvin. They're always listening. Big brother.
Well, I did say we're talking to each other, so that's another
No,
additional.
It has been I don't know how long since
It's
since we've
been-
had a podcast. It has been a bit.
At
We've had so much
over a
stuff happen.
month.
So much has happened since the last podcast. I feel like
Yeah.
So much.
we're almost in October.
Yeah.
We're almost in October.
We haven't had one in September.
2024.
Dang.
What,
Doesn't look great.
Calvin? I'm sorry about your hair loss.
Nah, the concussion.
Oh, I'm sorry about your concussion, hair loss.
What happened to you?
No, it's a sunburn.
The sun punched him in the face.
Kinda.
Calvin's been out for a long time because of his concussion, but he's feeling better. Yeah, you got sunburn really bad?
Yeah. I mean, just there.
Just there.
Yeah.
Just there. That's it.
I mean, I got a little bit of burn on my arms, but it didn't peel, and it didn't. There's just nothing to protect me up here.
You wear a hat every day.
That's why.
We got $10 from Justin. Thank you so much. Asking if I would do reaction to Getting Lost Doc. Is that about me?
It should be. That's about Lost, the TV show.
Huh.
Lost
be-
dogs.
I've seen that show.
Yeah. Love You Kings. Yeah, I think, is that the one that... never mind. I know there was a documentarian that contacted us while we were doing Lost, asking about something. And now I can't remember if it was the Getting Lost one or not, but we were too busy, unfortunately, around that time to do anything. But no, that sounds interesting. Thank you, Justin.
But let's see. Over the time, one thing also right now is it's September, which means it's Subtember. So
Subtember.
there's a discount on
Subtember.
subs. So make sure you check that out while you're here over on Twitch, or if you're on YouTube, don't forget to check out Twitch.
Where are
Yep.
the subs?
What? Well, we don't get any
Oh,
like food.
man. All right.
Sorry.
I already ate.
Sorry. So yes, that's going on. Next month is going to be Scream Stream month.
Yep.
So make sure that you guys are following us on Twitch for that, or we'll be on YouTube, Blind Wave Gaming as well.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of scary games that we have set up, lined up, and you guys get to add your own jump scares if you've never been a part of that before. So I'm hoping everyone will be around and enjoy that. I believe everyone has picked their games as
I
well.
have. Rav
right?
Panda's excited because they just
Yeah.
gifted 10 subs.
Whoa.
Thank you,
Rav
Rav Panda.
Rav.
Thank you so much for the gifted subs. Sub hypes, yes, sub hype in the chat. Do we want to go over games that we're going to be having in October?
Why not? I plan to play a little game called Signalus, which is a throwback to games that I love and games that scare me very deeply. The sort of PS1 era horror game. I started playing it at home. It was too scary, so I stopped. But I'm going to try to play it come October.
Gotcha.
You know
You're-
what,
You're
like-
hoping the power of chat will help you get through the game.
Yeah, it was
PS1,
one of those
PS2
things
games
where,
scare
like,
me too.
you know, often I play video games to relax,
Okay.
and it was not relaxing.
Okay.
So I just could never bring myself to play it.
Gotcha. Calvin was saying that PlayStation 1 and PS2 games scare you as well.
Yeah, like Metal Gear and stuff like that. They were pretty scary.
Were they?
The tank controls were awful.
The controllers were scary.
Yeah.
When they
No, but
fired
they
my
were fun
face.
games, though. I'm joking.
No,
It was an accident.
uh,
I thought you were gonna catch it.
I didn't. I caught it with my face.
Well, you did. Yeah. No, but he's playing Signalis or whatever. I am going to be playing Visage. Or Visage.
Visage. Visage.
That's probably it. It's probably like the 5th Ice Age.
You'll have to let me know how that one goes, because that's one of them that's been on my list that I haven't played yet.
Yeah.
So, I'm interested in it. It looks like it's a pretty scary game.
I will give you all of the spoilers.
No, not spoilers. Just
You
if
just told me how
no.
it goes.
Yes, if you like it and such.
I'll
and
tell you what parts I like.
Give me this. Give me the like it and the such. Eric, do you know what you're playing?
I do. It's finally come back to me. I will be going deep into the night and walking until dawn.
Yes.
Until Dawn will be the game I'm playing next month.
Nice.
The remaster or whatever, right?
Yeah, they have a remake that's
Uh-huh.
coming out in beginning of October. So
Perfect
Eric,
timing.
I
'Cause
played.
that's what I'm playing, right?
That was one of my earlier stream times.
Yeah.
I played Until Dawn.
Uh-huh.
That's when
Yeah.
I streamed that. I think just through the PlayStation streaming service thing that it had or whatever.
Gotcha. Yep.
So
PS
yeah,
Live or whatever.
yeah, like where you stream from the PlayStation and there's like a little bit of chat over there on the
Yeah.
right. So yeah, that one's. I really enjoy that one. So I'm hoping you do too. It's along, if you don't know, it's along the lines of Quarry.
Yep.
That you played.
Which we
Love
played
that.
last year or 2 years ago. I remember. playing
It was
that
like
one.
3 years ago now, I
It's
think.
been a year or two now. I don't know.
Play it in the dark. You won't scare me. I'll play it in the dark. Jake, we're gonna set up that stream as in the dark.
As dark as it can be.
Yep.
We're gonna have it totally
Okay.
dark, other than the screen,
Yeah.
and you're gonna be lit with an IR strobe and a camera.
That's one thing
That'll
that
help the green
if-
screen. But yes,
if you don't do green screen, one of my old ways when I played Scream Stream is it used to be dark and I had like a candle lit in front of me. And that was the lighting I had. And Melanie got me one year, she got me like a flicker candle. So
Yeah.
constantly the candle was like it
Okay.
was like
Oh, like sparking and shit.
I don't want to say sparking per se, but it would like make a little noise and like kind of like go out and come back on.
Oh,
So
like a trick
It
candle.
would flicker a lot, and it
Okay,
was really
cool.
cool. And she's like, "Here you go." So like I was just playing games by candlelight in like as dark and creepy as it could be, and she loved it because she'd come up behind me and just shake my chair and be like, "Ah!" And
yeah.
that was when I was at my house and stuff. So
That
Do you ever do
sounds
that back
fun.
to her?
I mean, I'm often a center of technical issues. I know I mess things up, so maybe having an open flame on set would be a good thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah, that sounds like a good
You've
idea.
only almost burnt down the studio twice.
I want 10, Jake.
3, 10,
I wanna-
twice.
I
So
wanna-
I'd go with
10
twice.
candles.
10 candles. Yeah, I
There's
want
some
to.
ones I don't tell you about.
I want my stream to be way more awesome than Eric's. So I want 10 candles.
Okay, is he getting 9?
No, he gets 1.
Oh, okay.
That's
All right.
yeah. Way
We
more.
were heading
way
to
more.
the bathroom for the hairspray in your lighter when that bat was in the studio.
Yes.
So I'll count that one.
Good.
I am going to be playing Alan Wake 2. Is the game that I'm going to be playing. I've been debating on it and looking at some other games too, because this one is like estimated 20 hours long. So my only worry is getting into it and beating it. But I've played Alan Wake 1. Alan Wake 2 I've heard good things about.
Game of the Year contender, Alan Wake 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hmm.
so I'm excited for that. There's also we'll have Phasmophobia. I'll be having Dead by Daylight with some viewers, and I'm gonna play with the guys as well. We might pick some people to be the killers while we just try to survive.
Right.
I think it's the best way to do it with you guys too, because then everything's kind of already unlocked for you, and you can just pick
Yeah.
what perks you want
Yeah.
rather than having to like not have the things
Yeah,
you
let's
want.
do that. That sounds fun. And also, I won't spoil what, but I know more killers now.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, because I've watched more movies since last year.
Oh, true. That leads us into another thing on YouTube. We're going to be having some scary movies coming out. There's already some up on early access right now. And
And you can go to blindwave.com. It's not there right now, but soon there will be another poll, I think. No, I'm sorry. Those polls are done.
Those polls
Yep.
are done.
we've filmed all of them, I think, now. So we're all working
I'm
towards-
confused because of the movie we watched yesterday, which is also a horror movie.
Which
Yes,
is,
it
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, what a time we had yesterday.
Yep.
But there's also Fall of the House of Usher
Uh-huh.
is another October thing we have
Gotcha.
going on too. So make sure you guys check that out. The reactions for that have already started as well. So yeah, we got some scary stuff coming, which I'm excited for.
Yeah.
Fun to have October time.
Indeed.
But yeah, joining here on Twitch, there will be the stream alerts, I believe is what it's called. You'll be able to see that during streams, and you'll be able to pick from sounds and stuff. Some sounds might be geared towards the game itself.
Yeah.
One of the ones I remember the most was playing Alien Isolation, and people would do alien hisses and air vent open sounds, and I thought it was in the game.
And like scurrying noises and
Yeah,
shit.
Mhm,
I had
yeah.
some really good ones for At Dead of Night, some footsteps and such, because audio is so important in that game as to whether or not you survive.
So sometimes it becomes psychologically messing with us, and other times they're just like a scream that's just like, "Ah," or a door shut, and you're like, oh
Yeah.
shit, what was that? And sometimes it just, it's crazy sometimes because like they get me so good or they get me not at all.
Yeah.
It really depends on where it's at and what's going on and what they're using it.
Yeah.
And I usually have it set so that I can't see when a sound's redeemed, which I think is the best way. So if I don't know, is that you guys or is it the game? What's happening?
Mm-hmm.
So hope you guys join us for that because it's a lot of fun for me, and a lot of fun to watch Eric.
I understand.
Yeah, I remember I messed with you so much with the put the bunny down and Amnesia. I don't know how I managed that.
I picked up a bunny and then heard Nick Cage say, "Put the bunny down," and it freaked me out. Because
I don't know how I
you
managed
did
to get
that live, right? Like you
yeah.
added it in the
I had
moment.
to go. I had to find the
Yeah.
sound and go put it there,
And then redeem it.
redeem it. Yeah.
I was like, "There's no way someone redeemed this, and why would it be there anyway? It had to have been as if the person that set it up did it on purpose, and it was
Great. It's great. All right. Well, that's some stuff that's coming, as well as Rick was already talking about one movie poll thing that's already been up and done, and then we have a movie pick that everyone knows, I guess, if you've been following Dark Souls streams.
Yes.
I've been doing Dark Souls, and we hit 100 deaths. And for whatever reason, the decision was that when I hit 100 deaths, we have to watch a Neil Breen movie.
The reason.
I don't know the reason.
We
It
all
was to
agreed
encourage
to
you
it.
to play better.
I feel like I've been playing pretty good.
How was yesterday, by the way?
Not as bad as I thought it would be.
Not as bad as everyone.
Did you see the first couple of minutes of his stream?
No.
The first couple of minutes of his stream, he's there. He looks a little like disheveled, and he goes, You see that beanbag there?" And he points back there. He goes, "I was sleeping in that until 6, and it was 6:01." It was so funny.
That movie. Okay, I haven't drank. I also had a tweet that I sent out at
Yeah.
one point. I was like, "Memo to self: don't do reactions after drunk reactions."
I haven't had alcohol
Oh.
like that in quite some time, my friend. I had a good time.
because we did one more reaction, and I don't remember the reaction.
Yeah.
So I have no idea if I was there, if I was talking, if I wasn't. I just don't. I have to rewatch that
if
episode.
you were asleep.
I think I literally. Eric said something about the reaction today, and I was like, "That happened."
Yeah.
I was like, "That guy had a voice." You know, like
It
one of
was
those
a
kind of
major
things.
thing. Yeah.
So I need to I think I could react to that episode again, and I don't. I remember one thing,
Yeah.
and I wrote. There's one of my few notes that I wrote down.
Huh.
I only had like 3 or 4 notes.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so I need to rewatch that before we do the 4th episode. But no, I think I did okay with stream. So after people left and I was getting ready for stream, I did the sauna. So I'd sweat out some of the alcohol.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, now I'm going to go get a shower. And I remember I turned on the shower, and then for whatever reason, like I had my towel I'd used for the sauna, and I put it on the floor, and I just laid on it while I was waiting for the hot water to warm up.
Uh-huh.
And I fell asleep, and I woke up, and the hot water wasn't gone yet.
It wasn't turned back into cold yet.
It wasn't cold yet, but I had fallen asleep. It was like 5:30. I was like, oh, shit. And I got in my shower, did that, came back out here. I set an alarm, made sure stream looked good, and then sat in that beanbag until my alarm went off at 6 o'clock, and I went over and I started stream. So it all hit me. I even stopped doing one of the rules
Really?
on that movie where I'm like, I'm not drinking
Oh,
for
yeah,
this
yeah, you
Yeah.
anymore.
Partway through,
It was probably smart.
Which was smart because, I mean, Rick
didn't.
also said
I
you might
didn't.
want to do water for this one.
Yeah.
But I drank some water during.
Yeah. I drank liquids.
I stayed consistent
liquids.
and paid for it later.
Yeah, I also paid for it.
But Dark Souls has been fun. I'm at 122 deaths.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I still got like around 75 more before we get to 200. But I only have one more stream before October hits.
Yeah.
So I don't know that we'll get another Neil Breen movie in November unless like Jake sabotages my computer again.
We'll see.
Yeah, he's gonna be like again.
Again.
Which he did it once.
You did.
and then he was like, wait a minute, I know what happened. Because I was like, Jake, why does it keep doing this freeze thing? And then it's really tiny and it's screwing with me. So
Gotcha.
You would have hated
how did
when
I
I was
do it
playing
once?
Doom.
Yeah, it was like an HDMI cable plugged in for when we do the couch setup, and it would just like once an hour it would lag and freeze, and then the screen would shrink because it's at a different resolution than the screen's at. And then I'd have a weird white bar and a tiny little screen that I was playing on. That was sabotage. It was all part of the plan. He knew it. He's claiming not. And I took his mic cable so he can't talk. Technology being dumb? Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? But no, Dark Souls has been fun. I appreciate people joining in and chatting with me because while I'm exploring and trying to figure out where to go, I've been trying to talk with chat a lot because it's not a game that I'm super worried about spoilers except for like what bosses and how to find things. But it's not like the story's there, but it's really kind of hard to. You got to really read and listen to all the dialogue that you find random NPCs, and there's not a lot of NPCs around. So, see, chat says it sounds like sabotage.
They would say that.
Sounds like sabotage.
So
Sabotage.
But that's been some of my stuff. If anyone had anything else before we get into, we need to talk about one event in particular. I think today because we haven't had, I don't think, a podcast since it. But I don't know if anyone had any other things for streams or anything else they want to talk about or anything.
I have a pretty good wedding story, real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
So this past weekend, my great aunt got married for the first time.
Oh,
Congrats.
Nice.
It was very exciting. She was also my godmother. Very close to her. And she's a little older. And her bridal party was also a little older, including her maid of honor.
Ah.
And I get there, and the first thing I hear is someone comes out and they tell me that the maid of honor fell and she hit her head and that there's an ambulance coming to pick her up.
Oh dear. I thought you said this was a funny.
Drama. He said wedding story.
You said it was a funny story.
I don't think I said
He
funny.
didn't say funny.
I thought you said it was
I
good
might
at
have.
least.
I think he said I have a funny story, but I don't know.
Maybe. She's doing okay.
Okay.
Oh, good. Okay.
She's back home now, but she did get carted off and miss the wedding. My aunt's sister went with her, so she also missed the wedding. And as she was going, she had brought with her many different like relics of people who had passed, so they could be at the wedding.
Okay.
So she had like a handkerchief of my great-grandfather and a ring of my great-uncle. And so she passed those things off to me to have at the wedding while it was happening. And so I was in charge of the audio of the wedding. And I was over and setting up the speaker, getting things prepared. And then I went off somewhere else to check on people. And I realized that I had lost the ring.
Oh no.
It had fallen off my finger.
Oh, goodness.
And so I was freaking out. I was like, it's got to be near the speaker. Because like I was working on the speaker, and if it had fallen off, it surely fell off then.
Uh-huh.
So I go over and look around the speaker. Thank God I find it.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, Rick has bad luck with rings.
I was gonna say that. He has a habit of losing rings.
almost lost my
losing
ring.
rings.
I remember that.
Maybe
Eric
he's
was there
just
for
really
that
good
one.
at finding rings, because lots of people lose rings too.
He's
Maybe.
got to be good at finding them because he's good at losing them.
Yeah,
Maybe. But other than that, the wedding went off without a hitch.
that's good.
Everything
All
was
right,
good.
guys.
and
Well,
happy.
hopefully there was one hitch.
Yeah, that's true. People did get hitched.
Yeah.
He got hitched.
Oh,
What a funny story.
What a funny story, Mark.
Well, Maggie said the day before at the rehearsal, she said, you know, when weddings happen, no one remembers the things that went right. People only remember the things that went wrong.
yeah.
So you want to hope that something memorable goes wrong at your wedding that you'll remember. So I think she kind of jinxed it a little bit.
Yeah.
And if you always have something that's like bad enough, you don't think about the little bad things, right?
Sure.
That's
You just
true.
have that one pinnacle bad
Jeez,
thing.
remember that thing that happened?
Oh gosh, that
Oh,
was the
yeah,
worst.
Right? Yeah. Oh man. But then you never think about any of the other stuff then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the story.
All right. Eric, what about you? Anything or
I had my first hearing test in like 30 years.
Turns
Today,
out you're
this morning.
fine.
What's that?
I said, turns out you're
Yeah,
fine.
turns out it's all good.
He's been faking it this whole time
No,
for
I
sympathy.
actually, because
A lot of
I
earwax.
went to a ear doctor, and she ordered this testing just to try to make sure, like, hey, we haven't actually improved anything in 30 years that can help you. So the only thing I have from back in the day is just a memory of being like, someone saying, hey, this is nerve damage, and that's why you can't hear out of this ear. But I don't have any documentation of that. I don't, like my dad didn't go with me to those visits. My mom did, and she's not here anymore. I can't verify. So I'm just trying to get a little bit more information about what exactly is going on up there. But when I got there, Rick, this morning, the lady that was giving me the test was like, so have you been having any hearing loss in either ear? Is that why you're here? And there was a part of me that wanted to be like, no, all good, fine. Let's go ahead and get started and just have her tell me that I'm deaf.
Yeah.
You know? But then I was like, that's not why I'm here. I want information. So I had to let that go. But it was really interesting. They have a lot of new technologies in terms of like the frequencies in which you're trying to hear. Mm-hmm. But I gotta tell you, it was weird because when they were testing this year, everything was fine. But when there's a very loud noise that is activating your eardrum, but you can't hear it, it is penetratingly hurtful. It hurt my brain.
Yeah.
Having it happen. And I thought it was interesting. My tester said, like, look, we're not giving you any volume that is unsafe for you to hear. It's just that you are one of the few people that can have your eardrum sound, but you don't have a sensation of hearing. So it's going to feel a lot more foreign, and thus you're going to think it's more painful than it actually is. I'm like, that's really interesting. And she said something about yeah, you're a good case sample that sense and sensation are not the same thing.
Right.
And I'm like, that's interesting. Cool. But yeah, anyway, it was an interesting test. Even though I told myself like only hit this button when I actually hear something. And she said like your ears do this; they help each other. But like at a certain point, I can feel the vibration in my headphone, and I think I'm hearing a beep.
Right.
So every once in a while, I would hit it, And she'd be like, "That happens all the time." People, she's like, "Unfortunately or fortunately for you, your other ear is so good it helps this one too much." So she had to do a couple things and add a couple pieces of hardware to me to mitigate that, to properly test. But
You had to put an earplug in the one side.
something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Still wax.
Yeah. But it was good. It's just at one point she was putting, like in the first part of the exam, she kept putting stuff in my ear, not realizing that, hey, this one's clear. He should be able to hear me. And I'd be like, you've been talking a long time. I can't hear you when you do that, right? She's like, oh, yeah.
It's like, that's your job.
Anyway, so it was fun, and I look forward to any results to see what's up. If it's a matter of, I think the next thing that they do, if they don't find like the actual problem here, is to do an MRI and see if I'm missing any bones in my ear. So we'll see about that. And if I am, they can actually 3D print those parts and just implant them.
Oh, so you could get boned.
I could get bone.
That's really
Interesting.
cool.
I could get bone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exciting.
They were also able to measure the muscles that are in your inner ear. This one obviously fine, but she said, like, I have a lot of activity in the muscles in this ear. They're just extremely atrophied because they never get used.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, interesting.
So the miracle of medicine, it gets fixed. What's the first thing you're listening to?
Surround sound. John Williams.
Yeah.
Eric, you should not do any of that. You should
Yeah.
go outside and try to find planes.
Planes would be good.
Aaron and
But
I
being
were
able to
talking this
identify
morning.
direction.
Yeah.
Aaron and I were talking this morning before you came in.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, yeah, Eric's got that like hearing test or whatever it is. It's like, what if he comes back and he's like, he's all good? They like fixed him. It's like some new technology that came
shit,
out.
Man, that it was like you said, bones. Like this bone was just it's like a chiropractor kind of thing.
Yeah,
Just
they just adjust your earlobe and now you can hear.
like holy shit.
Sure.
They
That
pull
would
out
be
they
this
were
good.
like-
army man head.
I remember being like, what would he do? He's like, just stand by the street and just listen to cars come by and leave
Without
like
having to turn his head.
like the Doppler effect, It's like, wow, like
Yeah, I mean, that would be cool. It might also mess me up a little bit.
Yeah, you'd probably
used
get
to it.
headaches for a while,
Yeah.
I imagine. Like your brain would have to readjust.
Yeah.
But no, I think I'd have to go Krypton Rising from the Superman soundtrack, John Williams.
well, you have to sit in the middle of the table now.
I'd have freedom. We wouldn't
no.
be beholden. We could move whenever we
No,
wanted to.
we would force you to sit
In
Yeah.
the middle.
in the middle.
How would you
Yeah.
guys feel, though? Like, obviously, it would take a long time for me to get used to that. But do you guys, have you been sitting in your spot so long that it would now be weird if you were on the other side?
At the table, I think, yeah,
The
it would be
reaction
weird.
table?
But as far as like when we're just standing around and we form a semicircle while
Yeah.
we talk, it would be nice to be heard.
Gotcha.
Wonder
know-
how long it would take me to not walk to your other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Calvin's already good. What was it like last month when he walked around to your ear? I don't remember when it was. Remember that? It wasn't. It was like in the last year, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was in the last year.
it feels like it wasn't too far
I
back.
was
It's
like,
like,
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Calvin, I'm definitely here. But well, hopefully maybe they find something.
Well, we'll
That'd
see.
be sweet if they
I'm
did.
not putting
but
too much.
Yeah, don't.
I don't really hope or anything
Okay.
like that, but I'm interested.
It sounded like you were excited when they didn't check the def box.
Yes, that is true. She had this box. I was looking at her paper, and at the bottom, like there are all these things that she's checking, and she checked one that said, what was it? It was
Severe hearing loss?
Severe hearing impairment.
Yeah.
And under that was complete deafness, and she didn't check that one. I go, do I have some sensation? She goes, no, only a doctor can fill that one out.
Oh.
Only a doctor
That's
can
so
declare
sad.
you deaf. And I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, I can just say it's really bad, but I can't tell you exactly how bad. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
That would be a diagnosis, right?
Yeah. Because there were parts when she told me at one point, all right, we're going to do this here. And I'm like, huh, okay, well, I'm not going to hear anything. But then I started hearing stuff. And she's like, yeah, sometimes for the efficacy of the test, they'll just do it in this year too. You know?
Gotcha.
I'm like, oh, okay. Well, dang it.
I don't know if there's like a hearing version of this then that would work at all because I don't think it works the same way. But
Yeah.
I had a guy I worked with who had been in what was it? It was like in Pennsylvania, like in Pittsburgh or somewhere, and he was in like this weird accident where like there was like a gunman.
Yeah.
And like a bullet like shot and hit his windshield,
Mm.
and like a chunk of like the windshield hit his like eye.
Yeah.
And he was like blind in one eye. But he worked at me at like with at Little Caesars when I worked there.
Okay.
And at one point, him and some other buddies there went out to like one of the guys' farm, and they made a fire that was like it was so big I could see again. Like they just made this huge fire.
It was so bright.
They're like, dude, you're gonna see this fire. He's like, I can see. Like he was so excited because like
Yeah.
it was just so bright in the darkness.
That bright.
Like out of that one eye, he
That's
could
funny.
see something. He's like, I can see shadows. I can see your shape. You know. Like, he was like,
That would be weird. Yeah.
That's good.
Calvin, is there anything with you or anything that you want to talk about?
That was weird.
My computer's doing some weird stuff. It's been on a black screen
It's been on a black
Like,
screen for 30 minutes.
this whole podcast,
And he's
like, my
only
mouse
had a
couldn't move
cursor.
around, and I'm like, that's weird. And now it just like the background's
Windows just appeared instantly. There was no like load in or anything like that. It just okay. Not too many. I mean, fun things have been happening. I was sick for a while after Wavecon,
Mm-hmm.
and then like immediately after getting better and coming back to work, I had to go down to Florida because my father-in-law passed away, and been down there for a couple weeks taking care of mother-in-law Carmen. So that's not been great.
And you got your concussion.
Yeah.
It's been rough. Yep. I know you were back for like a day.
Yeah, it was literally, I think it was a day and
Yeah.
then Baldur's Gate.
Yep, that's right.
And then I left like the next day or something.
Yeah, we just have. Which we have a Baldur's Gate coming up soon.
Yay. It's been so long.
Then you got back yesterday and
Yeah.
it got you super drunk.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
that is true. Yesterday, all the stuff that we did yesterday was my first day back at work.
Yeah, was the first thing you were in with us was you drinking, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So
But
that
yeah,
was fun.
thanks for the condolences. Appreciate it.
Well, to swing it back around, Calvin, you didn't mention, and we haven't talked about it since it happened, but we did have Wavecon.
Yeah.
We did. And AAR gave $10 in YouTube saying, thanks for the video you guys sent when I couldn't make it to Wavecon. Meant so much
Yeah.
to me.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
You're welcome.
Glad you got
Remember
it.
Sorry you couldn't make it,
Yeah.
but no,
that?
Wavecon.
Wavecon 24.
Wavecon. I had a
2024.
No, that's our 24th Wavecon.
No, it's not. You'll confuse everyone.
I did have fun with Wavecon. I
Uh-huh.
got to meet and I got to see a lot of faces I'd
Yeah,
already
it was great
seen,
to
which
see
was great.
everybody.
Yeah.
And I got to meet a lot of new people as well. And there
New
was a lot of,
faces,
yeah,
the old names. It was great.
there's a lot of really cool people that
Mhm.
came and got to talk to a lot of people. And then like the boat is always a favorite, I think, of ours and theirs, and
Hopefully everyone.
Sure, yeah.
yeah.
Not
So,
the boat owners, but everyone else.
Maybe not. I don't know. I
I think
talked-
we did better this time.
Yeah.
I think it was better this time than last
I
time.
was talking to the bartender, and she was talking about how the group that was on the boat was really good. And she was like, usually, lots of times when like groups come up and they start drinking and stuff, like some moods are a little different. But everyone here was really nice, and there was lots of pleases and thank yous and stuff. And
Cool.
Yeah.
I was like, well, good. I'm glad to hear that like our group was just a fun group.
We're all like 5 years more responsible or whatever.
Yeah, that's
5
also
years,
kind of
yeah.
true. But yeah, other than yesterday, that's the most that I've drank for a while as well.
I didn't.
Wavecon.
I think I had one drink on
Yeah.
the boat, because I drove there, and then I was like, I drank this one drink, and it was pretty strong. Actually, maybe I had 2 drinks, and I turned down. Someone got another drink. Here, Aaron. I'm like, no, I shouldn't, because I know I need to drive, and
Gotcha.
I want to wait. So
Yeah, I wasn't driving, and there were many drinks that were bought for me, many shots done with groups. Yeah.
So, but that was a lot of fun. Had a Smash tournament. It went longer than anticipated, but it was still fun. I got to play against quite a few people, and I got to win.
You did. You guys had a pretty epic battle at the end there.
It's kind of fucked up. You guys had this whole tournament thing, and then just you guys winning.
But
It's like that Obama gift.
It's like
putting a medal on
inviting,
himself.
yeah, inviting someone to come to your house and play games, but it's only your rules.
You get the good controller, and they get the crappy third party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
the Mad Cats or whatever.
So, but no, it was fun. With that too, I've played with some of the Wave Riders over on Discord. We have like a Smash Brothers like thread under the gaming section now, and people have been playing Smash Brothers together. I've been with them a few times playing some Smash Brothers with them and stuff too. But there's been a few people being like, I want to get better at this, and this was fun. So I think they enjoyed it as well.
Yeah.
Even people who hadn't played before. So
Is that your boys' first tournament?
Coulson, yeah. I think Coulson, Kanan, they both played. Leon played. Did Ayla I think played? Coulson's the one who plays the most, I think. Him and Kanan both.
Hell yeah, he did.
He was
He beat me.
vicious.
His
Yep.
DK, man, was crazy. Now, in my defense, we had just gotten news that there was an outbreak at Wavecon, and I was all like scatterbrained, like, oh no, what do we do? You
Yeah.
know? But
I blame
the
that for
Coulson
my
came
loss
in,
to
he
Aaron.
didn't. He wasn't. He was focused, and he beat me. And I shook his hand. I respected it.
Yeah. Me too.
But now the Smash Brothers was awesome. Everybody was really cool too. About a month before or a month and a half before, I had a pretty major medication change, and my social battery just drained so much quicker right now. And I was kind of worried about that, but I shouldn't have. I had a great time. Everybody was so cool, easy to talk to.
Yeah, everybody was great.
The one thing with Coulson is that he had said to me that he thought that he could have beaten, who was it? Navi, I think was the one he lost to.
Okay.
But he was like, but I had tap jump on, and I didn't want tap jump on.
Ah,
Why did you say something? He's like, well, I was using your name. I kept changing
Hang
it,
on,
I was
Aaron.
thinking of someone else.
can't hear Aaron.
Aaron's
Yeah.
broken.
What did you do, Jake?
It might be.
His
Aaron's
mic is
computer
upset that there will not be 2 Neil Breens in the month of November. I understand.
As we
I'm
all
also
are
upset.
upset.
1, 2, 1, 2.
One.
Yeah, we definitely want to thank.
Bum, 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 bum. Can
Good
you guys
now?
hear me?
All right. Continue your Coulson story.
So Coulson lost to Navi, and he had said to me that he's pretty sure he could have beaten Navi, and he wanted a rematch against him because he had tap jump on. And he's like, I even chose your name, Dad, because I figured you'd have tap jump off. But I was like, I did, but for the GameCube controller, not for he was playing on a different controller.
Yeah, he was on a
Yep,
pro, right?
That'll do it.
Yeah, so he was like, I could have done better if I didn't have tap jump on.
Yeah, there was one of my matches I had tap jump on as well. Yeah, I think it was the same issue.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah, I think so. Either that or like I didn't get a chance to select my name before the start or something like that. We didn't want to like
learn
slow down even more and exit out and restart or whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, tap jump. Why is that a thing?
A lot of people play with it. I don't know.
A lot of people play with it.
It should be an opt-in,
I've
not a
played
default.
with it
Yeah.
since the beginning.
Yeah.
It is
Longer
the default.
than any of your careers in Smash Brothers. And it is the default. And I have seen a couple pros actually do use it. That surprised me and gave me hope. It's like, oh no, it's not. That's not what's holding me back. I just suck.
Yeah.
And then I also had fun, I guess, at the dunk tank. We had a dunk tank as well.
We did at the dunk
Yeah.
tank. That was fun.
But yeah, sadly, the breakout kind of caused a little bit of spread out and changes and stuff for the last day and whatnot. But I think people enjoyed the dunk tank at least.
Yeah.
Someone said that my line was twice as long as everyone else's line.
It was
I
also
don't know
the
if that was
first
true.
line, so like maybe people's arms just got tired.
No.
No, Eric was first, right?
Was he?
Yes, I was
No.
first.
Eric was
never mind
first.
then.
I was second.
Yeah.
I have no excuses then.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had a
so-
lot of repeats in my line.
Did you?
Yeah. I mean, you had a lot of repeat. You had a lot
I
of
think
repeats.
everyone repeated.
Everyone, literally
Even
everyone.
the ones who dunked me repeated.
Yeah.
I was
There was a
just
lot.
so psyched. There was no skill involved, but I was so psyched that I got in line to do Aaron and to dunk Aaron, and as soon like the first strike, the first pitch just hit its dead center. I was like, oh! I just should have stopped and left.
Yeah, just
left
give
at that
someone else
moment.
your other 3 balls.
I know I completely missed the other 2.
But no, I hope everyone had fun. I hope I wasn't too harsh because I kept trying to like talk bad about everybody.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah, you have to do.
Well,
that.
yeah, that's the
Yeah, I would
thing,
mock
right?
everybody up there.
Yeah, I was trying to mock everybody that
Yeah.
came up. trying
If
to
you're
think
in
of
the
anything-
stocks and you're like getting tomatoes thrown
Yeah.
at you, you hassle some people, you know?
So, but no, that was fun as well.
I was trying to mock the children, but then they let the children come up and dunk me anyway. I was like, ah!
But no, Wavecon, I had a lot of fun. I got to meet a lot of people, and I hope everyone that did come had some fun. And anyone who didn't get to come, hopefully you get to come next time
Yeah.
we do it.
Should be a vlog coming out someday.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
I don't know when, but one day.
So subscribe. Keep an eye out for that.
Indeed.
What else do we have that's been going on? It's been like a month or so, so there's been a lot going on, I feel like. But in the moment, I'm trying to think of what all we haven't gotten to talk about yet. Chat, make sure you send in some questions too, because if we're forgetting some things, I want to get reminded of what things we're not talking about, because it happens sometimes too.
I'm sure there's a decent amount of memes from Wavecon too that might jog up some of the special moments that we've had. I really liked the tours this year. Were fun to do.
Tours were
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed those a
Studio.
lot. I think that's what a lot of people enjoyed too, because of just getting a chance to kind of see and check out the Wave Cave and stuff.
Highlight for me was having some people win the hint hunt
Mm-hmm.
that happened at Wavecon, and particularly the prize, which was
Surprise.
the authorization to do their own hint hunt. So it's sort of like a testing ground.
Yeah.
If you can pass this, you are worthy to take the mantle of the hint hunt. And we had a good one. That was for Delicious and Dungeon, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Sounds right. Yes.
Man, I've been not in the studio for a while, and I'm not sure about like when things are releasing and stuff like that. I haven't said
Right.
anything to anybody.
I was saying nothing. I was saying nothing.
But Jazz Medra took the prize and ran with it and created a hint hunt for people. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I should have known that those reactions are out because of the Bat episode.
Bad episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, thank you to the mods as well, who helped with a lot as well. They helped with getting people over to the Wave Cave and helping, getting them to the tours and whatnot. And they helped a lot with the dorms and everything too. Just they were all over the place with help and making sure everyone was getting everything they needed. So thank you guys so much for all that. I
Yep.
appreciate all that.
You guys were awesome. Thanks so much. Couldn't have done it without you.
And then yes, the bat, which we had another bat in the building
We did.
during
We did.
like
right as you
I don't
said.
think that's ever happened during a reaction before.
No.
Not a bad.
A
We've had
stream,
it, we've
but
had
not
them
a
during
reaction.
streams
yeah.
before. We've had them just in the
Yeah.
building somewhere
Yeah.
randomly. But
They,
yeah,
they've
but
been
it
on
was-
other
it was
floors
when
while
the
we've been
show
recording, but not
referenced
on
bats.
camera.
yeah,
Yep.
that sounds right.
Yeah.
So this was in the middle of a reaction. Like I remember Eric had one, I think, when he was streaming. He's like, "There's a bat
during
in here."
God of War, I think.
Yeah. So like that one was kind of close to being on a
But they didn't get
reaction,
to actually see it. It's crazy. Like they can see it in the
Yep.
Yeah.
Delicious and Dungeon video.
Yeah,
He's a big bat.
it felt like it was like right there.
It was.
It felt like we were.
Yeah.
Felt like
It's
we
not on
were-
the screen, Aaron.
Felt like we were in The Ring or
Yeah.
Last Action Hero or something. That bat just flew out of the screen.
It's like it was planned.
Yeah.
I think Jake released it into the building, knowing what was coming.
Like if they had said that, yes, we've captured this bat and waited until a show said the word bat and then we released it. If they had said that's what they did, I would have believed them.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how serendipitous it
I
was.
would have absolutely no evidence to the contrary.
So that's what thing happened. Jake's not telling us.
It was funny during that, like close the doors. Like I said about closing the doors, and Eric said about closing the doors because like we didn't want it to escape into the rest of the building. It's like we have all these windows here, but there's not a lot of windows through the rest of the building.
Sure.
So like trying to get it out sometimes it's tricky. I remember one time trying to get it out either on the second floor or on the third floor. And like we had opened the windows trying to get it out, and it flew out one window, but then it came back in another window. We're like, no!
I believe that was the third floor.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that
I
was
was
the
there for
third.
that one.
Yeah. Oh, you're right, Dora. I had to take out my phone during the God of War stream and film that. I forgot. So they did get to see it.
But it wasn't too bad getting it out. Sometimes it's harder than other times.
Yeah, we were lucky this time because it landed on one of the drapes and then crawled down the backside of it facing the window, which was open, and then it like fell down partway and then flew out.
Yeah.
Which, trying to get that thing towards that end of the room, it's a big room. Most of you guys have seen it now, how big and open it is. There's not a whole lot that we can do to like hurt it.
Definitely true. I remember seeing Jake had like a sign or
Yeah, he had like a
cardboard
photo
or
frame or something.
He's like just trying to like hold it up and like
Be a wall.
shoot it that way. Like go that way. And then Eric grabbed a sword for some reason.
For some reason.
I don't know why you
Protection.
grabbed a. Why'd you grab a sword?
Shouldn't
The
be-
last time a bat attacked one of our employees, I had to bat it out of the sky.
You had to bat it out
Yeah.
of the sky.
Remember?
I do.
I just put it up, it hit it. I just picked it up. It flew away.
My favorite bat moment that we had was when it was on the bottom floor. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a bat in here. And Eric's like, yep. I'm like, what are we going to do? It's like, maybe I can see if I can open the door to fly out.
Yeah.
And like I went over and I held the door open and it like went like around in a circle and then went shoot.
It's
and
like
then
it
zoop,
heard you and
just
was like,
yeah,
oh,
left.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And left immediately.
And I was like, oh my gosh, that was the easiest situation of a bat ever being in the building. Eric's like, all right, we did it. I'm like, you didn't do anything.
We did it, lumping himself in.
It was just funny. Well, because the other time when it flew out the window and back in, Eric was like on the street, I think, that time. Like you were around, but you were like looking up at the windows, hearing the commotion out the windows.
Yep.
Like almost every time you
remember
weren't
that.
actually like around here. You
Yeah.
were
I
Just
remember,
near.
I remember coming, like looking up from the floor and seeing it go out a window and back in the window and hearing screams. So we came out and it was like, yay! And went back in, ah! It was so funny.
I couldn't believe it.
It knew what he was doing.
But now I have bats in my backyard area. I found that out the other
Yeah?
night. Yeah. Which I was like, cool. I don't mind bats being outside.
Yeah.
Eat the mosquitoes and stuff.
Keep the bugs away. I love bats.
Yeah. So I'm good. Just as long as they don't get inside. And then I'm like, okay, now I gotta get them out.
Yeah.
So
It's real bad when they're inside and you don't know how long they've been in there. Because guano is no joke.
I suppose
You don't
not.
wanna-
Yeah,
you
I'm
don't
not
wanna-
laughing. I don't know what you want.
It's not a not a laughing matter. It's highly toxic.
Guano. We do have some polls coming up here before too long though too. So make sure you guys are watching. Forget when the next one is, but I feel like it's in the next month.
Yep.
November 7th. Okay, so a little over a month.
Little
So
yeah.
and then I think there's like another one shortly after, and then another one at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a few like coming up soon.
I think there's a few in a row.
they seem to come in like in a row in batches.
Surges, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it is next month then. Okay.
Make sure you're going to blindwave.com/recommendations because that is the biggest determining factor in what ends up on a poll.
Yes.
Yes.
That's available to anybody.
Yep.
Just gotta log in.
Just make an account and log in. There's no subscription needed or anything like that. Just please recommend things. 3 shows, 3 movies.
Yeah, and if you have any ideas for maybe some bad movies, you could
Yeah.
you could update
No
that
good
right now.
movies.
Yeah,
Indeed.
bad movies would be a good one right now. for
And
that.
maybe coming up
poll.
soon if you have any Christmassy movies you really want us to see.
Sure.
Maybe put those in there too.
Or Thanksgiving movies.
Are there Thanksgiving? There's some Thanksgiving movies, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what they are.
There's Thanksgiving, which is not great.
That's a big one.
You know what, Rick? Is it a bad movie?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not fun.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
But would we
I
make
am
it? Could we make it
sure.
fun? Maybe
I don't
Thanksgiving,
know.
like a Thanksgiving during No Good November, is a reasonable thing to put in there.
It's not. It is not.
It's not.
But Rick, you didn't like the Mario Brothers movie.
Oh God.
See, I can't trust you.
I don't know which one I would watch first.
I can't.
Thanksgiving or Mario Brothers movie.
He's
I,
not that he's untrustworthy.
it's ridiculous. I don't get it.
It's just
The Sophie's Choice if I've ever heard one.
How can Thanksgiving be so compared to Super Mario Brothers? I don't know. It can't be that bad.
Thanksgiving's shorter, I think.
I don't know. Sounds like a fun thing.
Oh yeah, I have another thing that I've been going through the last week or last month. Naruto. It's been
Naruto.
so good.
Yeah.
And then something happened this week. Right before we did the drunk
you can't
video yesterday.
can't say
actually.
anything.
I'm just saying. I was like, I'm gonna drink,
Yeah.
and I did, and I had a great time after. But I was not having a good time before.
Yeah, Naruto is partially to blame for what happened in that reaction because there were shots before we even started
I took a. I had to.
to get over Naruto.
Ugh.
You know what? Maybe that was the too much part. I shouldn't have done that first shot.
See, I
No,
didn't
I think
calculate
that,
that in my rules.
I had to.
Oh yeah, you had
Everybody
everything
will
tabulated
understand.
before
I
that,
did.
right? And Aaron, that put over the edge. I wasn't ready for that. I calculated how much drinking would have been had.
I don't think I've been that devastated on camera in a while.
Naruto's been. I've been really enjoying Naruto
Yeah.
for the last couple months. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think Shippuden. I've been enjoying a lot through Shippuden.
Sure.
I think the first Naruto, the Naruto series was fine.
Yeah.
But I think it flashed back so much that I was always like, oh man, more
True.
of these things. But
Well, and
Shippuden,
also-
I feel like doesn't have to do
Yeah.
that much. I guess so. It's been. I've loved all of it.
I mean, you've been following these stories for years now.
I
Yeah.
guess so. Yeah.
I feel like
You're
Shippuden
invested.
trusts the audience a bit more.
Yeah.
Just a bit more than the just the Naruto.
Well, they also can't flash back because they're in different aspect ratios now.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, they do though.
But they weren't.
They do.
And then it grew. You know what I love though? Eggs.
Aaron loves the eggs.
I love eggs.
Loves the
You
eggs
mean
and-
anime eggs
Yeah.
in like ramen and stuff,
Yeah.
or
Well,
Eggs.
Rob does this thing where when he's trying to not have spoilers in the intro,
oh right,
he
those eggs.
uses I don't know where the animation's from, but it's one of the characters making breakfast. And
It's
Aaron loves
a-
that. And now he hates whenever he gets to see more of an intro.
It's an
Now
OVA.
they're taking away the eggs.
I want more of the eggs.
I want more eggs.
More eggs.
Like this dude loves
more eggs.
Dexter intro
Less
and
of
that.
everything
Just
else.
making eggs during intros.
You want that pleated chef's hat?
Give me the pleated chef hat and eggs. That's what I want. Give me those. No, I don't know. I like the last thing he even sent a note to Eric or something like that, being like, "Hey, I took out some of the eggs because there's some stuff in here, but it's not in the episodes." And I'm like, "But is it gonna give me am I gonna think that these guys are gonna fight? Am I gonna have? Am I supposed to think they don't fight now? I don't want to look, so I haven't been looking still. I've just been waiting for the eggs.
I just want more eggs.
Eggs. So yeah. But no, Naruto's
When
been
does
great.
when's that gonna hit
I don't know.
on Beyond?
Soonish.
Late
I think.
October, or is it
I
going
don't
to be
know.
early October?
It's because of Wavecon and then people being sick or out. Like
I think hearing
I can't. I don't have any idea of when things that we record will be going up.
I
'cause
think
it's either
beginning of
early or not.
October it'd be in Beyond.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like here in a couple weeks, I'd say. And we also have a lot of finales coming up,
Yeah.
or that we've already been watching finales of things. And
Yeah,
And No Good November will be worth Beyond on its own.
Yes. It
that is true.
Yes.
Cool, baby.
I think
so
just
good.
for that one reaction would be worth it.
Yeah. 157 came out today for Beyond for reference. And I don't remember what episode we're on, so I'm gonna say it's in a couple, like maybe two more weeks.
Jake says October 1st.
All right,
Now I'm stuck in my head again.
stuck in your head.
Give me some shots.
Thinking about
No.
Naruto.
Yeah.
See, now I have expectations.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to make sure. Oh my gosh. Mark all these things as complete. Also, I've seen a lot of. I don't know if did we get all the subs, because there's been a lot of subs that have come in. So thank you everybody for the subs.
Nope, I have not got them all.
There's been things coming through.
Thank you.
Someone also mentioned about. I saw a question come in, so I was trying to find it, but it was about Ayla and Melanie did a card opening, and
On Pokemality, yeah.
on Pokemality, and it came out yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
today. It might have been today actually, and Ayla got really good pulls. Like,
Yeah?
Did
she did a very, very good job. Got very lucky with what she pulled out. So that was really awesome.
I'll check that out. I haven't gotten a chance to watch that one yet.
Yeah. I think there's some of the top cards in the whole set that she pulled out. So,
Nice.
That's how
yeah.
they get you. Your first
Oh,
pulls
yeah.
are the good ones. And then they hook you. From then on, it's just dry spell.
Yep. You're always trying to catch that dragon.
Yep.
And then I have well, I mean, you got to catch them all though. You got to catch all the dragons.
Yeah. Only
Sure.
a few dragon type Pokemon available.
And then I have another Melanie and Ayla video that should probably be out next week. And we're also in the reaction stuff. We're getting real close to the movie, the first movie, and we've gotten into some stuff in the anime that I've never seen before. And I was like, this is really cool, and I'm excited to watch the movie with like the knowledge from this, because I'm pretty sure it's all connected like that. I don't think it's like Naruto where there's like the movies that you watch are often
Some of them are
not
non-canonical.
really a canon movie.
Yeah.
So, like we met a Pokemon that Gary called evil, and they were like, "Who's that Pokemon?" And like, he's unknown. He's an unknown evil Pokemon. All my kids are like, "I think it's this guy." You know? But I've never gotten to see this, so it's been really cool. Like he has all 8 gym badges now. So,
Wow.
That's cool.
and I got to see like one of my favorite Pokemon like fights. I think that at least that I've seen in like the anime. That's not like from a movie, I guess. I've only seen a couple of the movies.
Sure.
But it was a cool fight for the 7th gym badge,
Awesome.
and it was done.
I know it's going to be years from now, but I'm very hyped for you to get to the end of Pokemon, at least the ones that I watched with Jancy, because
Yeah.
there's a moment in there that's might be one of my top 5 moments from last year.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it was a transcendent Pokemon experience, Aaron. I believe if you go back, looking through the reactions, the one that has the gold-colored thumbnail is that one I'm talking about.
gotcha.
But yeah, it was awesome. So I'm excited for you to get there, and you're gonna have so many milestones before then too. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited to see, because like a lot of them, especially in the early like series,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the fights are kind of like when they do the stills, you know, and it's
Yeah.
like a headbutt from Pikachu going to Weezing, and it's kind of like, oh, and then
you
they
can
just kind of
see
move, you know, like,
saving animation.
yeah,
So,
for sure. But this one was like, you know, like Charizard's flying around and doing stuff, and like it felt energetic and like a fight was happening, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the reasons that some animation music is so good, because they really are relying on it to keep your attention, because it's not moving too much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very interested in that scene. I don't know. I think we only got a couple more weeks. I think the next episode I'm watching is going to be one of the band episodes.
Ooh, band episode.
And I don't know if there's many more after that. I only know a few band episodes from like the original series and stuff. So like I don't know if there's many more after this one's done. So but we switched because Netflix is done, and we switched to Amazon to watch them now.
Gotcha.
And the coolest thing about that is that they have the Who's That Pokemon, like Netflix didn't have it.
Oh,
They-
Netflix
oh,
cut
the
out
game
the
you
commercial
play in the
break
middle,
thing.
okay.
So like when it goes to Who's that Pokemon? And you're like, oh, it's Clefairy, you know, whatever.
It's
So-
Clefairy.
So that's been really cool to have. And also I've found that each time they do it, it is a nod towards the next episode.
Oh.
So like it would be like, who's that Pokemon? It's like
Gotcha.
it's Mr. Mime, and like next episode, Mr. Mime makes an appearance, or it's about Mr. Mime or something. You know,
I
like
didn't know that.
Interesting.
they've been
yeah.
doing that, and I maybe because I didn't, when I was younger and watched any of them, it wasn't like a week to week that I always watched it.
Just whatever.
So
you
just
caught.
watching an episode, but
Yeah.
watching them back to back like this, I've realized that the next episode always seems to be related to who's that Pokemon. So the
Neat.
last one we watched had a who's that Pokemon, and it was Jinx.
Nice.
Cool.
So
Okay, I now understand the band episode then.
so we're gonna watch we're gonna watch that next. So but yeah, it's been fun doing that. And I think the kids have been enjoying it as well, which is good. We've had to cut back because we're back into school and we just haven't had as much time and stuff too.
a
So
lot going on.
we've pulled it back to doing only one a week rather than having multiple episodes in a video.
Mhm.
But I know like a lot of people sometimes be like, just watch 2 episodes at a time and
Yeah.
stuff. But I want to also make sure that we have content coming out, and it just sometimes gets too much. And also on the kids where they're just like, I don't want to watch 5 episodes today. You know?
Yeah.
Like I want to watch 2 episodes today
Yeah,
or something.
no, I get
so
you.
That way it's more of a treat and not like a...
yeah, I don't want it to feel like a chore for them either
Yeah.
or anything. So,
Yeah.
and when I die, they can keep watching it with their kids.
Or if you think about it, and this is kind of cool to think about, their kids or grandkids could watch Pokemon with their grandpa or great grandpa
Yeah,
because you've recorded it and they can do full length.
yeah, right.
That's kind of crazy to think about. I can imagine watching a TV show with my grandfather.
Yeah, because you mentioned your dad was like,
Like
"Oh,
that.
hey, Eric, come on, let's watch." You want to see what your grandfather thought of Star Wars,
Right? That would be
like,
nuts,
oh,
dude.
what?
I watch stuff with my grandparents all the time.
Yeah. Well, I watch that with my grandma all the time. My grandpa, no.
Yeah.
He didn't have time to watch anything.
But yeah, it was Boba who said, "Question Aaron, what did you think of Ayla's pools from Stellar Crown?" I'm still shocked.
Oh yeah.
So,
Boba,
yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
Boba
you're right.
Skywalker was the one who was asking about it, but no, it was. They were showing me, and I'm like, "Dang, you guys got this!" Like,
Boba,
this is
I'm sorry I
awesome.
wasn't able to trade with you on Pokemon Go while you were at Wavecon. We were lucky friends and everything. I wasted the opportunity.
I
Do you
think,
have to trade in person, or can you just do it through friend code?
I
I think you need to be in
I
person.
think you need to trade in person.
Yeah.
I haven't played
Yeah.
for a long time, but I believe you do.
Do you have to be like in the same like geographic area? Can you spoof it? Like I'm curious. Like
I mean, I don't even really remember.
I've never tried to trade with someone really far away.
I'm pretty sure you can do gifts from people far away, but you can't trade.
I got to update. Dang it.
Boba says in person.
So,
mean,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of a way that you can do
Original
it.
I was just
variants would
wondering
mean
like what the
nothing,
restrictions
you know?
for in person were, where there had to be like had to be in near field communication,
Yeah.
like the app just
Probably. Yeah.
knows that you're close enough, or
I mean, it does GPS, so yeah,
Yeah.
it probably would too.
Yeah, because
So
what
you
I would end up doing
probably
is like,
would be
no,
able to then.
I would want like specific. Like I have an Alolan Raichu.
Yeah.
That I caught in Hawaii. You know, like that one's that's a special Pokemon for me. But
That's
if I
really
could just
cool.
do that,
Eric,
trade. You
Dang
know?
gone
it,
now.
it's gone.
There's a really cool.
Open up Pokemon Go. The loading screen looks so cool.
Does it?
It's really
I
cool.
have to update. I haven't opened it. In
I
so
just
long.
updated mine and did that. I'm like, and Space Girl sent me a friend request.
Gara said, still waiting for Aaron to open his gifts.
Dude, okay, so I have so many, and at one point I started going through and like accepting gifts and using gifts as a way to know if people were active or not,
Yeah.
so I could remove them because I had too many friends.
Yeah.
So yeah, I need to do more of that. But also, my friends list is now at 129, which whatever the cap was, I had hit it at one point.
Space Girl said, "Except me."
I don't know where it went. It said there was a friend request, but I lost
Did it time out?
No, it's got to
Is
be
it
here
just alphabetical?
somewhere. I don't know, but I'll go through and try to find everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Aaron, it does look cool. The Charizard one.
Yeah,
in the
it's a
graveyard.
Charizard and Ghost, and it's like, it's so cool looking.
It's really neat.
I want that as like my I want the screen.
That would be cool
desktop
because then you
background.
could see the whole thing.
Yeah, would be sweet over there.
Yeah.
It's really neat.
Not that other thing on there.
They just dropped Dynamax in Pokemon Go. Oh,
Okay.
that's really cool. Man, we should have Pokemon podcasts.
Where will we host it? We don't have a Pokemon channel.
I can just talk about Pokemon. Ah,
right.
I think I'd rather have a Hunter x Hunter podcast. Sid Ahmed agrees, giving 2, I think those are euros, rewatching your Rex to Hunter x Hunter. They're still great.
oh,
Yes,
Hunter.
the show is so good.
No. I did find a thing, and I thought about doing this at some point, but I found a way that people can manipulate
Nen?
no various games, and some of which are
Gotcha.
Pokemon games,
Okay.
and like they can do things where it's like giving Pokemon or making Pokemon faint or giving items or they can like do stuff to manipulate. And I was like, it might be fun to play where people can like affect my game,
Yeah,
like hinder me, help me, do whatever.
gotcha.
So I thought that might be kind of cool too. And there's a lot of other games that might be able to do with it as well.
Just put your worst Pokemon in your team, and then every time that Pokemon is selected, like they just use all of your super potions and do no moves.
That doesn't sound great.
It sounds great to me.
No, it doesn't sound great. Rick, there was a question from Schwardo who said, does Rick want to tell the story about recording the buzzer sound for trivia? Is that a story?
Yeah, it's a Wavecon story.
Okay.
So it's for Reactor Feud, which happened at Wavecon,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a fun time hosting. And so, for that, you need contestants who are up at the podium to hit buzzers. And we have buzzers that I believe Jancy provided. And you can hold the buzzer and you can record a sound, right?
Uh-huh.
And so I had these buzzers and like I hit them and the sound just was too quiet.
Okay.
I was like, well, I need to record some new sounds. Who is around here that I can use to record sounds? And so Aiden was one of them. I was like, Aiden, say something. And I just hold it up to his face.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have the buzzer. It's probably somewhere downstairs.
Yeah.
But he made a very funny surprise noise that is in that
Wait, is it saved in the buzzer?
yeah, it's saved in the buzzer.
Oh,
Oh.
we're
And
keeping
that's
that.
what you used
Yeah.
on stage. I didn't notice.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if it will be hearable, but in that Wavecon vlog video, if there's some Reactor Feud stuff in
That's
there,
hilarious.
you'll be able to hear it because that's one of them. And I got someone else to do the other one, but I don't remember who it was.
Okay.
Yeah, he said, dude just walks up to me and says, in 3 seconds, yell something. And I just yell. No time for planning, only time for confusion. And then,
See, you got to come to the next WaveCon. You never know what's going to happen.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Katie was the other one, and she said Utini.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Nice.
Funny.
Yeah.
So those are the buzzer sounds of whatever Aiden did and Utini?
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
That sounds pretty cool, though. I was wondering, he's like, tell the buzzer story. I'm like, what is the buzzer story? I think, no dice.
Oh,
No
sad
dice.
face.
No buzzer.
They're somewhere. We'll find them.
One day. Also, I have some questions here too from chat if we wanted to go into those or if anyone had anything. I don't want to jump into questions too soon. I was trying to find things relevant to things that were
sure.
being said at the time.
We had another super chat from Sid Ahmed who said, a Hunter x Hunter manga is now 10 times more ambitious than Ants. I'm assuming the Chimera Ant arc. Ants. So that's cool. I mean, just the reason that manga or that anime is over, but the manga continued is enough to get me to do it, but I just haven't started yet.
Yeah.
So the manga's just still going?
I believe so.
Yeah, he's taken
He takes
several
big-
hiatuses
yeah.
for health reasons.
Do you think that they'll do another Hunter x Hunter anime?
I really, really hope they do.
Because like they've done 2, right? And one didn't
They've
go
done
as
2.
far, and then the next one went further, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
but nothing's gotten it all. So maybe they'll do one after it's all said and done. I don't know. Give it another 10 years, everything will be remade.
Exactly.
Sure. Well, they're remaking One Piece, right?
Yes.
Is that still a
yes.
thing?
One Piece is being condensed, I believe.
Not One Pace.
Not One Piece.
That was
and it is
condensing it,
new
too.
animation, new
Yeah.
adaptation, everything. But yeah. Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
I
I look
Loved
forward
that
to
first season.
anything more Hunter x Hunter.
Because I know that was the same thing with Full Metal Alchemist, right?
Yeah.
Where they had
There was one anime that
they didn't have the manga done yet, so
it
they
wasn't
kind of
finished, so they diverted and kind of made up their own.
they ended it at a point, and then Brotherhood like did the whole manga or whatever, right?
Yep.
Which I still haven't gone back and watched. Just Full Metal Alchemist.
I haven't watched Brotherhood.
Oh, it's
Brotherhood's
so
real good, Rick.
Oh,
It's
Full Metal
real
Alchemist
good.
is real good.
Brotherhood was real
With
good.
some amazing music that there's one song in particular I heard is not in Brotherhood, despite it being called Brotherhood, that just made me too sad to watch Brotherhood.
I should watch that version just for fun.
Yeah.
Aaron, you said you had some questions.
Well, I have a couple things in here. One
Alrighty.
here is from Yizing, who says, lately I've been sewing while watching your videos.
Oh,
But I've
nice.
had to stop during the fall of the House of Usher because I'm scared I'll poke myself during the jump scare. When you're not reacting, do you guys have any activities that you do while you watch TV or movies?
Snack.
It's a serious problem, but yes. That.
Snack.
Snack? You
I
snack?
snack. Yeah.
Snack.
Depending what it is, and it doesn't do well. It depends on what I'm watching, I guess. There's sometimes when I'm like just chilling with like something on, and I'll also be playing Marvel Snap. So like I'll just watch and I'll look down and see, okay, I'll play this card now and just do that.
If it's something I've seen before, I'll like throw on like an episode of Psych or something while I'm cooking.
Yeah.
Sure.
that's how I watched Friends, was like doing stuff in the kitchen. I just had Friends on while I cooked or cleaned or whatever I was doing in the kitchen. So I guess that one, yeah. But I don't really have like a knitting or sewing or crafty thing.
Now, I used to practice card tricks, like playing cards, but I haven't done that in a long time.
But yeah, if you haven't watched Fall of the House of Usher, because it's great. And if you haven't watched any of the Mike Flanagan stuff, like watch The Haunting of Hill House. That one's also great. Midnight Mass is also good. The other ones are still good too. But
Just those ones are a little
those
bit
are the
above.
ones I like a lot.
I've liked Fall of the House of Usher so much that I want to watch the other ones, but then I'm like, do I record myself watching them or not? You know?
Sure, yeah. Have you watched it with Calvin?
Maybe, yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
fun.
maybe.
I don't know.
I haven't seen any of them.
Hydrate.
No, they're
No.
really good. I think he's still working on a new one for Amazon.
For Amazon, not Netflix.
Mm-hmm. So I do want to check that out at some point, but yeah, it's I think Hill House, Midnight Mass, and House of Usher have been like great series of his so far. Midnight Club was also really fun. I like that one too.
Gotcha.
However, with that one, I think he was looking at trying to do a season 2 for it. So there's like some loose ends that I don't get that I'm like, man, I wish they would have done
Gotcha.
this or this. And then Bly Manor I thought was fine, but having like Hill House and Bly Manor were like a little too similar, I think, and I just favor Hill House more.
Makes sense.
Gotcha.
Along with the scary kind of things, are you guys considering playing Killer Clowns from Outer Space? It's a fun horror group game. From what I understand, this game was created by the team that made the Friday the 13th game. And then because of all the copyright issues and legalities over who owns the Friday the 13th name and everything, they had to stop working on it. And they shut down the Friday the 13th game. You can still play the servers until the end of this year, I believe.
Really? Okay.
But you can no longer buy it anymore.
They
But
made
they
that
made
game without figuring out that stuff before, huh?
well, they were good before.
I think it was
but
in.
then
in
it went
flux
into
or whatever.
legal battles, and people were fighting over who owned it. And then because of that, they didn't have any rights, I guess, for continuing to make the game. I guess so they had to drop it.
Okay.
Which is
The
really
game had a
sad.
pretty
I enjoyed
good
that
run,
game.
Yeah.
I think.
So the rights, I think, have kind of been solved since there's supposed to be like a Friday the 13th related TV show or something coming out. I don't know.
Another one.
Yeah, I think it's called
Another
Crystal
one.
Lake.
Gotcha. Okay.
But Killer Clowns from Outer Space is based on another horror movie from like the 80s.
Yeah, I've seen the movie.
I've never seen the movie. But I have seen some gameplay of it, and it's interesting. It's kind of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something like that. I think there's a couple clowns, and there's a group of people trying to survive and find ways to escape this like circus or wherever they are. So
Interesting.
It's
Circus
like-
sounds right.
yeah, it seems like Friday the 13th mixed with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where there's like more than one killer, but a lot of survivors, and they're all trying to escape.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre was fun.
So I don't have plans for it right now, but maybe we can double check. I think we've picked our group stream ones, but I need to double check what we're doing for the Thursdays. I think one of those is meant to be a RPG.
Don't remind me.
So we might have one of
Not done.
those. We might not have one of those. We'll see.
Yeah.
If we can fit in anything else, maybe clowns can be one of them. Eric, will you be playing and streaming the new Zelda game Echoes of Wisdom?
I need to, but there's so much to do. I gotta finish Star Wars Outlaws. I have Scream Stream next month, then probably back to Outlaws. But I mean, it's a Zelda game.
Oh, damn, that comes out next week.
That's next week.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it looks like a lot of fun. I love 2D Zelda games. I mean, as much as I love 3D games, so I'm there for it. I have such fond memories of playing A Link to the Past at my grandma's house across the river. That's like some of my first video game memories ever. So, 2D Zelda will always be special for me. And this is the 21st Zelda game, and the first time she's playable as the main protagonist. So,
Yeah.
Which
We
is
don't
pretty
talk
cool.
about that other one.
yes,
We do not.
official.
Gareth says, will next WaveCon include a Blind Wave cosplay contest?
That would be fun.
We've
That
never
would
done
be
anything with
fun.
cosplay before for WaveCon.
Conplay.
But not to say that we wouldn't.
Evie would win because her mark is spot on from the room.
I do believe Leon's girlfriend came as Elvira during one of the days.
Yes,
That makes
she did.
She was-
more sense.
She had said something about it, and I was like, I mean, you can. I mean, I don't know if anyone else will be doing any kind of cosplay, but feel free to.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what? That would be the best. Okay, you guys have to cosplay
Yeah.
as one of the crew,
Melly, that's a good
and,
idea.
and we'll pick the winner.
And we have to do each other.
Oh, we gotta beat each other.
Yeah.
No, we have
I
to.
thought
We
we
have
were-
to judge.
Yeah,
the-
we're
another,
judging
Yeah.
them
okay.
of who's the best crew member.
But it could be like Smash, and we can choose ourselves.
Oh, that seems like cheating, Rick. Cheating. Magnus VD says, talking about bats, how many times have you had to pause a reaction due to something like this or something else happening?
Smoke alarms. There's been at least 2
Yeah.
that I remember.
There's been
There's been countless
industrial vacuums many times.
Yeah,
there's been a couple parades.
Yeah, countless loud shit out the window.
Yeah.
Power outage?
Yeah,
Power
our
outages.
camera's on a UPS, so it'll keep going even though the power goes out. So we do have
Yeah.
to
So
stop.
we'll lose internet, but we'll
Yeah.
still have the camera rolling for a little bit.
What's the craziest
I think
one?
there's been 1 or 2 times where like someone in the building has been like, "Hey guys, something's happening. Can you please stop?" I think that's happened once.
We paused for a few of my panic attacks.
Yeah.
Someone at the door, maybe? But then sometimes we don't.
Yeah, it used the door used to be more of a problem when there were less people in the building.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rookie put, it's happening again! That's when I think me and Melanie were filming.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah, I
power
remember
went
that.
out, and Rick walks by. Says, it's happening again. You just hear it in the background.
I mean, you know, sometimes like I've had to pee before, and I'll just be like, "I gotta go. Sorry," and I'll just leave, and we get paused. I think those are all the main reasons. It generally doesn't happen too much,
Yeah.
Yeah, we try
Yeah.
not to, especially with like full length and stuff.
just because
It's
I mean,
got to be less than 1%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that's. Yeah.
I mean, it's not super difficult for an editor to resync, but it's just difficult enough where we'd rather not for them.
We've had people get like sick before
Yeah, definitely.
and have to stop it for that.
I remember that happened with you.
Yeah. I've
There's
definitely
things
been
like,
sick.
I gotta pause it, and you just I think you were like, can we pause it? And we're like, yeah, sure. And then no one paused it, but you were like, you just got up and you just started walking away.
Yeah.
And I was like, I guess I'll pause it here. I don't know how bad this is or what's going on. I remember that.
Yep.
And then we were watching 300, and remember a concert started right outside. I was
Yeah.
like, what do we do? And we were like, so we started.
Just finish it, I guess. I
And
don't know.
halfway through that discussion, there's just music behind us.
That
I remember that.
didn't interrupt filming though. That was just.
Well, it didn't. It did. I remember because we had to come in special to film that.
Yep.
And it was literally the only time we had that week to film anything. We had to do 300 right then. We couldn't not do it, and then a concert started right outside. So we're like, what do we do? We'll just do it. Hopefully it don't pick up too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I was referring to. Veronica said Calvin's sandwich falling.
The sandwich
Oh,
falling.
That was pre-recording.
That was pre-recording. Yes, you're right. That was so fun. Oh my God, you were so proud.
Hell, sometimes even during there's been times we've spilled stuff on the table and it just keeps going.
Yeah.
And someone just jumps up and Calvin runs over, grabs paper towel, comes like,
Yep.
Really don't want to bother that editor.
We try to minimize. We all remember what resyncing was like.
Yeah.
um,
And then sometimes just Netflix just decides to be like, I'm broken.
Yeah. I mean, I think that happens more often than anything. Is just the streaming services will crap out suddenly.
heck, the movie yesterday.
Yeah.
Rick was like, I own the movie. I already have it. I will stream it from my phone. I'm like, all right. You're like,
We were doubtful.
are you sure it'll be okay? He's like, I've never had a problem at home before.
Not one problem.
I'm like,
ever.
and before, what was it? Before we started, something happened, and I did such a mocking voice of like, never had a problem with my phone before. And you guys were like, geez, Aaron, it's a little hard. I'm like, I'm sorry.
I was like, I agree with you, but that might have been a little over the top.
I think it skipped audio at one point, and then it just
started skipping audio in the
Yeah.
in the movie itself, and then it started freezing, I think. And it's like, all right,
That was
let's
funny.
switch it over to this. Fabuccino says, not really a question, but I'm looking forward to more Star Wars comic reads.
Yes, there are more coming. I have to film a new ending. I should do that immediately for something. But once that's done, I suppose I have to film a new ending, a new intro, and then 2 of them will be ready relatively soon.
Okay, that's all they're waiting on then?
Yes. And then we actually have another set coming up after that. And then we have more books ready to record more, too.
Gotcha.
I'm excited for them.
Yeah, I want those to come out because there's one of my favorite characters in that.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was, when we say the alien,
Say the alien.
it was a hut.
No.
It was a hut.
It was a hut.
No.
You're right. It was awesome.
We should have a hut talk like that. It was a hut. It was a hut.
Like Aaron mocking voice.
What do you want? I don't know. But yeah, the comic readings have been fun. I've enjoyed
Yeah.
those too. Gara says, speaking of Wavecon, did anyone find a nice place for my photo? I believe your photo is sitting right at the door, by the reaction set. I think it's sitting on the we have like a table thing.
Yeah, we have like a
Yes.
sideboard table.
Near my spoon picture.
Yep.
Right?
Right next to it.
I guess spoon picture is a weird way to put it. It's a picture of me that Tone hit my face with a spoon.
Yep.
And it was sent for like one of the milestones of
It's like
Blind Wave.
it's like a canvas, right? Is that the one I'm thinking of?
Yes, it's a canvas.
Yeah.
It is. Here's something we should definitely talk about. What did you guys think of the Emmy winners?
Hiroyuki Sanada deserves everything in this life.
I'm so happy for
Yep.
Shogun.
I feel
I'm so happy that it won so much.
I'm happy for them, but I feel also so vindicated.
Yeah, right?
We were mocked after that show was like, oh, dude, I can't wait for season 2. And then it was like, you idiots.
There is no season
It did
2.
so well that they're like, we're doing season 2 and 3. I'm like,
Yeah!
And then it cleaned up at the Emmys. Hell
Yeah, it
yeah.
did.
Great. No,
No, it was
Broke
hype to,
records.
it was awesome to see him walk onto that stage to the Shogun theme, and he specifically called out like this was an East and West production.
yeah.
You know, it was really cool.
No, I thought it was great. I mean, everything they won for, I agree. I thought
Yeah.
like everything they did in that show was really good.
Yeah.
And I love also that they had like they did English and Japanese like thank yous too.
Yeah.
So like it just the way they accepted their award is like what he was saying there, where like this was an East and West production. It's like, and we're accepting it in an East and West way. you
Yeah.
know? Like it was really cool. So I'm glad they got a lot of awards. Bubba Skywalker says examples: Shogun and the Bear, which I know we talked about the Bear a little bit as well.
We talked about it a little bit just in person here.
Yeah. I think the Bear's great.
I love the Bear.
I do get like sometimes it is not always a comedy,
Yeah.
but then sometimes it is a comedy.
I know
you
there was a lot of people that were really upset. And I can, like Aaron said, I can kind of understand. I don't really categorize it as a comedy. Sometimes you can't help but laugh because we all know somebody in our lives that acts in a ridiculous way, like someone on screen.
Sure.
But it's not like Ted Lasso, you know?
I mean,
sure,
it's-
and even Ted Lasso like sometimes does not hit that comedy button
I
for
mean,
me
that's
too.
that's
You
the
know,
thing.
Yeah.
Like, we like insist to put things in boxes, and then when they try to get out of the box, we like yell at them. You know, like
Sure.
we don't need to have that genre. It's just this is what the show is, and it doesn't need to be held back. But when you have something like the Emmys that has to specifically call
They
out
have to have
comedy
categories.
because
Yeah.
if not, they won't win. You know, then you get the mess ups. This is where the things on the fringes actually don't fit in boxes. But I mean, that's the same with everything, right? Like we think that.
like slugs and snails.
Like slugs and snails. I mean, there's no such thing as a species, you know, really. But we make it so.
There
So
is.
that
we
can
made
force
it up.
things-
It's just it doesn't make sense.
Sure.
Well, I mean, even with all of its own rules, like it
Yeah.
will break down on the fringe, right?
Sure.
Because that's not how life actually works.
No, I just brought slugs and snails because we were talking about it the other day where he's like, look at that snail. I'm like, it doesn't have a shell though, Eric. He's like, does it have to have a shell? I'm like, I don't remember, but most snails I know have shells. So
Yeah.
like, then it started becoming like a
We have
conversation
looked
with
it
that.
up, and I'm like, well, there's
I
some
call it a
slugs
slug.
that have shells in their bodies.
Slugs that eat shells don't count.
Was it during the movie reaction yesterday? Or was it sometime else? But Aaron was like showing me his search results on his phone, and there was something about snails on there.
Was there?
Yeah.
That would be why. Then. I don't remember that.
That makes a lot more sense.
That's funny. I wonder why I did. I don't remember. Wait, that was yesterday?
That was yesterday,
That may make sense that it was yesterday
and you don't remember?
because I don't remember doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I think it was during that one thing that you don't remember any of.
Oh, okay.
I think it was during that.
I need to rewatch that episode.
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel so bad for the people. But man, why is Aaron even here? Does he even like this show? I'm like, yes, I do. I was tired.
It was a lot yesterday.
Hey crew, with last Sparking Zero trailer revealing that the game will have 183 characters at launch.
That we know of at launch.
Yep.
You know there'll be DLC for that, mother.
My question is, will we see any streams of the game?
I hope so. I
I'd
mean,
like to play.
The Budokai Tenkaichi games are a staple of my childhood, growing up. So I would love to play that. I've seen a lot of clips and gameplay examples, and it looks super clean. It looks super fun. I like that format. I mean, I loved playing Kakarot when I did, but every time I played it, I kept thinking, man, I wish it was like the old games.
Yeah.
But now you can do that. But yeah, 138 characters on their roster, and that's not like
103.
I'm sorry, 183. My bad.
Dyslexia.
And that's not like
I almost said it backwards, trying to say it
Right.
right.
that's not like well, we took this one and there's an Echo Fighter and it's pretty much the same. Like these are distinct
Unique
animation,
characters.
distinct designs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're scraping. I saw one was Frieza Force Soldier. I'm like, dude, I hope they have alternate costumes so that like you can play a bunch because there's a bunch of those guys.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Hey.
fighting, sorry, go ahead.
I also am happy that they brought back my favorite Budokai fighter, which is Mr. Satan. It was always funny because like the game's not designed to have someone that doesn't fly, so he had a jetpack.
Satan dunked me at Wavecon.
Yes, he did.
But speaking of fighting games that have big rosters, they released the remaster or whatever of the Marvel vs. Capcom stuff, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is popping off again.
Nice.
really?
So if you were into that in the past, there's a pretty good, healthy online scene for that going on right now.
I only played a little bit. I didn't know how to play, and I literally button smashed. And I think I was playing Rick? Was I
Yep.
playing you?
Oh yeah.
And I kept winning.
Yep.
I'm like, Rick, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sorry. And I'm just like, I was literally just doing a circle of
I'm
the
actually
buttons.
trying to do combos, and he's just
I'm just
over
like,
there,
"Ah."
just
holding
tapping on
left
things.
and-
That's-
Yeah, I just remember like it was on the Xbox and on the 4 face buttons on the right. I would just circle with my thumb, just all
just
around.
circle smearing.
Yeah, that's what I would do, and it would win. So I'm like, I guess I do this. This is how you play the game.
Enter like ultimate mode, you spiral the other way.
I don't know. So I do need to play that game and try some stuff out with it because it was fun not knowing. I think it would be fun knowing.
But I saw some social media stuff. So Justin Wong is arguably the best Marvel vs. Capcom 2 player there's ever been. And he's
Justin
made it
Wong.
his mission to get on top of all the leaderboards for all the different consoles.
Ah.
And he goes by the name he is going by the name Wazzler. So people didn't know it was him.
Mhm.
And it was funny, like you would see posts on Reddit or whatever of people being like, I fought this guy Wazzler and I refunded the game. So it's been a fun time if you're a fan of that game.
We have a super chat.
'Kay.
The Real Red, $9.99 super chat. So I was smoking a joint and watching Return of the Jedi, and it got me thinking: did the Ewoks carry Chewie on a stick to Bright Tree Village, or did they just say, "You can walk, I ain't about to carry you"? I believe Chewbacca is on a stick. You don't see him be carried, but I'm pretty sure when Han is being like put on the fire and
Yeah.
Luke is up there, Chewie is also right beside him, and he's on a stick.
I think
He is
he's
on a
tied
stick,
to a
yeah.
So I think he's
stick.
tied to one. So I think they did carry him to Bright Tree. And
Like
thank
if
for
you tie
engaging.
somebody's arms like above their head
Yeah.
and then their ankles to the stick,
Yeah,
like they don't sway down too far from the stick. It's got to be a hefty stick
They-
for
sure.
It's probably a
For
strong
Chewie.
stick, and it was probably like 10 Ewoks.
yeah,
yeah.
like
Yeah,
stretching way
exactly.
long.
It'd take at least 6.
Yeah,
Huh.
But thank you for that question.
I never thought about that.
yeah.
I want to think about those kind of questions more.
Right?
Like, oh man, how'd they get him here? This movie's not real. Jack Yoda says, have any of you guys checked out Deceit 2? It's a fun 8-player multiplayer horror game where there's 2 infected and you have to solve who the killer is. I have played maybe Deceit 1. I played something like this. It's kind of Among Us-y. Where like you don't necessarily know who is the infected person until like they like
Get you?
change and get you, yeah.
Mm.
And then you gotta try to catch people when they're alone. You don't want everyone
Sounds
to know
like
who
yeah.
it is.
Sounds like TTT or Among
Yeah.
Us or anything like that.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those kind of games.
Investigation.
But it's dark, creepy areas, and like I forget what the infected is, but like they'll look weird and stuff too
Yeah.
when they change. So
Speaking of changing and get you, The Thing movie reaction is on Beyond right now.
Ooh,
the
Favorite
thing,
movie of all time.
I am sad that I missed that reaction. I love that movie.
Just so good. It was just so great.
It's so good.
Yeah. I mean, it's
I love the CPR scene. Oh man,
I hadn't seen it in so long
just if
that it was like
I said it in the reaction, but like we have some of the best visual effects now, and like especially when visual effects artists have the time to be able to put effort into it, it looks amazing. But if you want to make a point that it's never going to be practical, just show The Thing.
yeah.
That's 1977, and that's what they could do. And you can't
78.
You can't beat
One
real.
more year.
When they
At
when they
least not
filmed it
yet.
though.
Probably, yeah.
I know it's coming, but not yet. It's that good.
No, it's done really well. I like the thing a lot.
Yeah.
This year's scary movies like that might be my favorite of the ones we watched, just because of how it's done and
I
like the way it kind of like there's little elements that let it breathe, but it doesn't necessarily feel like it's drawn out or anything either. And
it has the best sound design of any of the movies we watched too. I think just so good.
Now, what if you add in the movie we watched yesterday?
Nothing changes.
Okay.
no,
Very
no.
good.
I mean,
It gets bumped up a little
yeah.
bit even.
sure. Now I'm right there with you in terms of like comparing those two experiences. They might say they're uncomparable, but they were two great ones. I'll never forget. I'll tell you that. But if I do forget them, I'm okay because we recorded them.
Yeah, right.
True.
I want to say here for Boba Skywalker, who said, since this is the first podcast after Wavecon 2024, I just wanted to say thank you to the crew and the mods and all the people behind the scenes that made Wavecon happen. It is very much appreciated.
Thank you, Bubba.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
I'm glad people enjoyed it. Very much so. And thank you to everyone who did help with everything with Wavecon. A lot goes into it, and I'm glad people had a good time. Magnus VD said, what has made you hungrier, the bear or Delicious in Dungeon?
The bear, I think.
The bear does a very good job of what anime typically does.
Yeah.
Of like, you know how like anime somehow just has like some of the best looking food all the time?
Yeah.
Like that food looks so good. I know it's a
Sure.
cartoon, you know, but
Yeah.
that food looks good. The bear often has like really good looking food.
I mean,
Because they're like chefs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah. Delicious in Dungeon. I mean, I like the fantasy element of the dish, but I can imagine exactly what the bear tastes like. You know, I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, but
Like,
also
my mouth's not watering at Limbas bread. I'd be interested to hear what it tastes like, you know, for Lord of the Rings, but I don't know. Delicious in Dungeon looks great, but there's something about like certain anime when you see it, it's just mouth watering.
well, Naruto ramen is always
That
mouthwatering.
always looks good.
But
Miyazaki movies always.
I can imagine what the things in Delicious in Dungeon taste like.
Sure,
Because
yeah.
I've tasted things that are similar
Yeah,
and prepared in a similar way,
yeah.
but I've never had like $300 a plate
Mm.
like chef prepared food that's like it looks like something else and
Yeah.
it's plated in like an artistic way or anything like that. Like I don't know what that's gonna taste like.
I'm trying to think of a time I've had like especially around here, I don't think it's very often that you have like a place where you go typically and it's like this was a chef prepared.
It's
you
like
know?
super gourmet.
Yeah, like I don't know if like Levy House or House of Wines or anything is like, are those like chefs do this kind of thing? You know
I mean,
what I mean?
they
Or is
do
it-
hire chefs that work there, but they just prepare food that is like more typical, I think, rather than like the very exclusive like small portion.
Blenner
thing.
Hassett might be the closest
Yeah.
Blenner Hassett.
around here.
Maybe.
House of Wines has a good chef.
Yeah, he mentioned that.
Yeah, that was one of the ones I said.
Yeah.
Like Levy House and House of Wines
And
are two
they
I
also
think
do
of.
like recommended wine pairings and stuff like that for various meals. And
Yeah.
Because those
stuff
are the
like
closest
that.
place I can think of that maybe I've been where I'm like,
this is a step above.
yeah, like
Right.
it's like
But I've
it's,
never had like a, here's a $300 meal. you
No,
know,
Yeah.
sure,
in a
that's the
bigger
same
city.
thing.
It makes me think like, is it worth it? Though? I'm sure it's great, but like, you can also go get a $1,000 jacket.
Okay.
And I'll be like, I'm sure it's nice, but it can't be like more
Is it
versatile than this Carhartt. You know, this will last longer. It's more useful.
But what if when it's wet it can bend bars?
Maybe that would be cool.
I can piss on a shirt and bend bars. You're not paying me $1,000.
Yeah.
I know when we were in London for Star Wars Celebration, Carmen and I looked like it was, I don't know, maybe a month before we actually went. We looked to see if one of like Gordon Ramsay's restaurants like was available or anything like that, and they were booking like 8 months out.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was insane.
Yep. Because I would have liked to go into something like that too.
Yeah.
Like, Gordon Ramsay. Yeah, I learned to cook by watching his YouTube videos.
His masterclass YouTube ripoff things. Yeah.
Yeah, let me do these things. Oh man, Melanie doesn't think I actually cooked this food. It's a trick. It's the best. I think it's the best like
Compliment.
compliment. Yeah, it's like you didn't cook this food.
There's no way that you did this.
You went and bought it from somewhere, and you threw the packaging in the trash, and you're claiming it's yours. I won't take your lying. Thanks. You know, like that's not what I said exactly, but
That was the
that's the gist of things.
yeah,
you
the
know?
gist
It's
of
like,
it. Yeah.
who really cooked this, Aaron? SSG Jorge says, Eric, will you be reacting to Daima, subbed or dubbed?
Ooh, Dragon Ball Daima. It would be dubbed if I react.
I mean,
to it.
that's your Dragon Ball, right? Is the dubbed? So
Yeah.
like that's how
Yeah.
you watched it to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's no comparison for me. It's just if I want to watch Goku, there's only one man for the job. And I fully respect when people say that for anyone else because that was their Goku.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah,
But I mean, you know,
I have a
there's
Goku.
only one man whose scream is on
Muffin Bun?
various songs on my workout list.
Muffin Bun, yeah, right. Who's my Goku?
Your Goku is Masako?
Is that
X, I think is his name.
is that what his
It's his
name
screen
is?
name.
Okay, I
And it's a
didn't know.
good Goku.
I like the Goku.
fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a really good Goku.
I
He's
said,
also your Gohan.
I said I have a
Yeah.
Goku, and
Yeah.
Calvin went Muffin Button.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it's interesting that that's my Goku, but
Oh.
Ah,
I haven't watched that in a long time.
we gotta watch it.
I haven't watched it ever.
I am the hope for all those that cry in hunger.
Do you think that do you think that you'll react to Daima or
I mean, I reacted to Super. I mean, twice. So yeah, probably. I mean, it's the last series that Akira Toriyama personally worked on. So I feel like it's a must.
is that a ways out?
I'm not really sure. I'll have to look. I know that's coming up. I know
Ways
that
from India?
you know that game Sparking Zero that we're talking about. I think it has like a pre-order thing where it's like get little Goku or something from Daima. So they're promoting it already, at least.
Gotcha. Eric, actually, you know what? My Goku might be Justin Chatwin.
Oh.
Eric thought I was looking at the release date of Daima. I was trying to find out what his name was. All right. I think might end with maybe this question here, and then we have I think some subs and bits and all that kind of stuff that maybe we didn't pick up.
Yes.
Once Eric gets back here. But Melly said, "What is one show that's been canceled that you would sell your soul for another season?"
Berserk 97.
Okay.
I would sell my soul to make a Dragon Ball movie or television show, live action. That's what I'd do.
That's not canceled though, Eric.
Yeah.
Canceled in my head. I'd
It
cancel
just
that whole
it
movie.
never existed.
Canceled.
Well, if Dragon Ball Evolution had been a success, then there probably would have been more, right?
Mm.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
like Super Mario
They
Brothers.
were banking on it, Rick. They were like, we just got to get through this one, and then people will like it. It's literally something that was said. We're just trying to get to Dragon Ball Z. Spitting in the
didn't.
face of all the great things that Dragon Ball is before Dragon Ball
Dragon
Z.
Ball's so good.
It's so good.
underrated.
If it were made immediately after and not like currently, I think I would have really loved Firefly to continue.
Yeah, Firefly would have been a good one.
Mhm.
That universe. Yeah.
I just really love the treatment and the vibe of the whole show. I feel like there was a lot more to go there, and it
Yep.
just didn't get there in time.
Sure.
I'm trying to think.
Gravity
Legend-
Falls wasn't canceled, was it?
What?
Gravity Falls wasn't canceled.
No, they just want another one,
Okay.
I think.
Oh, well, no. The question here was
The
a
question
show
is it
that
canceled?
has been canceled that
Yeah.
you would like. So
Yeah.
a lot of the like Gravity Falls has an ending.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Iron Fist. I would
Yeah.
love to see that season of Iron Fist that
What's
didn't
the
get to be
What's
made.
the next season? What's
Yeah.
season 3 of Iron Fist?
I would have wished that Legends of Tomorrow got to end.
That's kind of mine. I
I
think
think that's mine.
Legends of Tomorrow. I was trying to think of
Yeah.
other shows. I even opened up like what are some canceled
It
TV
hasn't
shows?
hit you guys yet, but Spectacular Spider-Man
Hasn't hit us yet.
Not yet, no. But maybe
and
yeah.
Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes
Mm.
for the same reson.
Mm.
Joey, the Friends.
Oh, Joey!
This Friends spinoff. That was, it
Hot
was
damn!
just getting good, you know.
Was it?
No. I was trying to think. What's my last one?
See, I was looking at this list here. Was Rome canceled?
I mean, it didn't cover the entire history of
Yeah.
the Roman
No?
Empire.
Okay, they
But
just
it had an
ended it.
ending.
So
I guess
Yeah.
I generally just, as long as something gets to end, I'm happy. It's when it doesn't get to end that I get sad. So
I mean, in that sense, like, there's a lot of Netflix shows that they just kind of like,
Ended.
Out.
Yep.
and didn't really continue.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it
Oh,
was planned to
Westworld.
be, but they just didn't re-up it, right?
Yeah.
Ellie dropping terrible news in chat. Apparently, the Yuri on Ice sequel got canceled.
Ah,
What?
God damn it!
No,
Been
No.
looking forward to that.
that sucks.
I'm sorry,
a long
Rick.
time.
Ooh, Westworld's a good one too.
Westworld.
I would have liked to have that one on an ending.
I haven't seen a lot of these canceled things. I do think Legends of Tomorrow is probably mine, just because I want to know what it's just left there.
Yeah.
Those things just being left open. I'm like, I want to see where at least a chance to close it up.
Yeah.
Like preferably rather than canceling a show, I'd love to, even if they get a half season or something, just to be able to kind of wrap up some loose ends and stuff.
Yeah.
But
And then I think the most fresh one is the Acolyte.
Acolyte, yeah, I'd like to know where they were going to go with that.
Expanse also didn't get canceled. They just ended when they wanted to end.
They did. They got an ending, but
They finished that
apparently
book.
There's more
There
books
were
and
more
stuff.
books,
Yeah,
but they
I
just
getcha.
they're not continuing that storyline.
I would probably count that because at least there is more to go to if you wanted.
But it's
Sure.
not the same.
But they got an ending, so yeah, I get you.
The next book takes place like 30 years later, so it's
Gotcha,
not.
okay.
It's not like the same people or anything.
would
It's just
still
in the
put
same universe.
Legends of Tomorrow over that just because
Yeah.
I want something.
It's a movie franchise, and it could still happen. But I want to see Conan the King starring Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
Oh, an
Because
old
they
Conan. Okay.
like have been trying to make that for a long time.
that would be
Just
really good.
Never happens. Never happens.
Pretty much. I mean, there's a lot of the Marvel stuff, like Calvin said about Iron Fist being canceled, but also like Luke Cage kind of ended a point when I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, I wonder what's with this part, you
That's
know?
Hey.
that one as well.
There's hope. You might
Maybe.
see those again. I don't know,
It's
we'll
true.
see.
I also liked Agent Carter a lot too,
Yeah, Agent
Yeah.
Carter was good.
which got canceled.
Yeah. Whenever it's part of a larger universe, though, because I mean, Peggy, you know,
Sure.
you get to Endgame and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that story has ended.
You can
Cool.
see more connections with stuff.
Yeah.
I think mine is probably Legends of Tomorrow. I think it's probably my number one.
Oh, and Felix has a good one too. Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing is a good one.
Oh my
Swamp
gosh, yes.
Yeah, dude. They recently showed an image of the costume they made for the bad guy in that, and like it's one of the most detailed, amazing costumes I've ever seen in my life. Completely practical. You only see it for like a second in the show.
That definitely that was a shock show
Yeah.
for me. Like I didn't think I was gonna get so into it, and it was so good.
Yeah.
And it was so well made.
That actor that was in that costume, he is like one of the main guys in the new Kingdom of the Apes movie.
Yeah.
I saw him all over TikTok, like doing like the ape walk and talk and
Yes.
stuff like that. He was having so much fun, so I was just happy for him because
Good.
I really like that actor, and
Give him another creative outlet.
yeah, it just
He's gonna
sucks
thrive in
that
it.
That show got canceled.
Yeah.
It's too bad they never had a Promised Neverland season 2.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Really like that show.
Really would have liked to have kept up with that.
On the fire.
It's on fire.
All right, guys. I think it's going to be all for our questions for right now.
Yep.
We'll have to go through bits and subs and everything and make sure there's any questions and things there that we missed already as well. But next week we have Badonkagonk. So it won't be a Blind Wave podcast, but it's going to be a Star Wars podcast. So make sure you guys join us for that. And we'll have some things to talk about
And
there.
Baldur's Gate after that.
Yes.
Baldur's Gate next Friday. Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah. And rest
and-
in peace, James Earl Jones.
Yes.
We didn't
lots
talk about
happened
that.
this year or this month.
Yeah, it feels like it.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll have a longer talk about James next week too.
Yeah.
But yep.
Definitely.
Yep. That's a voice that will live forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
It must.
We're going to do memes while I read these off.
Memes.
If there's, I'm assuming there's some.
If it's on
mean,
screen.
We probably
yes.
have a month's worth.
Possible.
Aw.
All right. Thank you, Rick.
Yes. All right. We have that guy, J-Rod, for a 38-month subscription saying sup.
Thank you,
Sup.
Rod.
Storm Hover, 41 months. It's just hitting me. I can't believe I have to wait 2 years before I see Obi again. Blind Wave sad.
Aw.
That is sad.
63 months, Tetsuo. Thank you very much. 15 months, Gara.
Ouch.
Hello, welcome back, everyone. So excited to be back.
Thank you, Gara.
Thank you. Why?
Thank you, Gar. I love
You can see the ouch
Yeah,
on
I see
the
it.
building.
Ouch.
Les's favorite story. Oh, okay, I got it. All right. Ouch. That's funny.
We thanked them before, but thank you again, Rav Panda, for the 10 gifted subs.
Thank you, Rav.
Yes, Rav Panda. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rav.
I'm a potato.
September.
It is September.
Tips his
Indeed.
hat.
Odeath, 32 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You that.
Thank you.
Gara gifted 5 subs.
Yep.
Thank you, Gara.
Cody gifted a sub. Thank you, Cody.
Thank you, Cody.
I'm doing my John Kreese. Oh, that's funny.
Thaddeus Spider, 39 months.
No.
Thank you, Thaddeus.
No.
Calvin, is there a story with this?
Yes.
What happened?
Okay, so there was a get together at Jake and DeBaba's house before Wavecon, and like mods and stuff were coming in early so they could do this little party thing there and
Yeah.
like socialize before all the wave riders came. And Aiden was looking for somebody to pick him up from the airport and drive him to Marietta, and I volunteered. And I picked him up from the airport. I said, "Where am I taking you?" He said, "I need to go to the hotel." So I drove him to the hotel, and then he took his bag and said, "Okay, I'll see you later." And he went inside, and I left, and I went to Jake and DeBaba's party, and I got there, and they were like, "Where's Aiden?" And I was like,
I'll see
"I
him
took
later."
him where he wanted. He said nothing of coming here. It wasn't explicitly said because it was like an invite-only
Yeah.
thing. I didn't know."
It
So I was
wasn't
like,
like,
okay.
"All right, 1 sec or 1 minute. I'll
No
be right
one-
back." It
yeah,
was,
no.
"All right, see you later."
Yeah.
I'll
So,
see you later.
Everyone was confused, and I will accept the blame for not like double checking.
Gara gifted another sub. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gara.
Joins the
Look at that sword.
Diggus Bickus, 68 months. It's been 87 years. It's our last podcast, I assume.
Thank you.
It has been a long time since the last podcast.
87
It's in his Odin sleep.
Stormy Boy with 62 months. Hope you're doing good, lads.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
100 bits from Prince Iggy. Any particular movies you guys are excited for that will be coming out in the next few years?
I mean, I've really had to make myself not get excited, but the Wolverine Deadpool movie's coming out on digital pretty soon. I want to watch it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Soon.
Yes.
Dune Prophecy.
The Dune movie. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Interested and excited.
Okay.
Is that the actual picture?
No, that's
What
not.
am I looking at?
Okay.
That is not.
Oh my gosh.
This happened to someone?
It
Yeah.
happened to Jake. This apparently is not the actual picture.
Are you allergic to hands?
No.
I don't remember what exactly caused it all to occur, but it was one of those things where it was late at night. I'm assuming drinking had been had as well by some.
Yes. This was after the boat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Jake, are you mic'd over there, or no? I don't think it's calibrated. Okay.
No, Mike.
But Jake was there, and for whatever reason, throughout everything happening and talking, Landis was like, "I'm gonna hit you on the back" or something like that. And Jake's like, "All right, do it. So how are you gonna do it?" And Landis tried to hit him as hard as he could in the back.
Well, they were like one-upping each other for a little bit.
Was there a back and forth?
I think there was a little bit.
Was it like
Like he hit him
Trading
hard,
wrestling
and he
chops?
was
I
like,
told
"Oh,
you
you can do it harder
guys.
than that."
I told you
Something.
guys we can't have Wavecon in Marietta. There's nothing to do.
Yeah, we find out people are allergic to hands.
That's
Allergic
what
to
they
hands.
have to do.
Well,
to entertain
I've heard
themselves.
hands being used as like an illness, like catching hands and stuff like that. So
So I think this mic is fine.
Okay.
What happened was you guys were playing League. He got up. You guys finished, and he was trying to get by me, and he kind of like did the buddy shoulder pad because he was like drunk, it was kind of like
a little extra.
he was a little extra. I was like, were you trying to do something there? And he's like, no. Did you think I was? I was like,
Yeah.
and we kind of just like stood our ground on it. And I was like, okay. He's like, do you want me to actually hit you? I was like, I don't care.
It's such a ridiculous question.
It was
Who
all
would
just,
want that?
It was just all just us being ridiculous dumbasses. Like, and he went for it.
yeah.
And
He planted his feet. He did like a 180 twist with his torso and wound up and left. It wasn't quite that
It wasn't
like
quite that,
swelled up.
but you definitely could see the hand.
You could see the hand.
oh, I have a picture on my back.
Yeah.
On my back from the next day on my phone.
So that's what that was.
Good times.
Honestly, it's just a bunch of toxic masculinity.
Just guy things. I like pandas. 22 months with a new subscription. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I like pandas.
Thank you.
Thank you,
That
Pandas.
absolute cinema is.
Why does
great.
it say Absolute Cinema?
The other side, you wish to see, you must solve my riddles 3, Rick's Gate. That's good.
Jazz Medra, 37 months. Thank you for the amazing Wavecon. So glad I finally got to go after all these years and meet y'all. Have some awesome fellow wave riders.
Thank you, Jazz Medra.
Oh, thank you. Ooh, this one's animated.
Thank you, Jazz Medja. It is animated.
Yeah.
I don't know
And
what
finally, I have Cody L, 64 months. It was awesome getting to see you all at Wavecon. Finally meeting Eric and Aaron. It was fun getting to jam a little in Rock Band with you, Aaron.
Yes.
Wanted to say thank you to the staff, mods, and everyone else that made Wavecon such a fun experience. Can't wait for the next one.
Awesome.
I'm
Thank
sorry
you.
we didn't get to play Rock Band more. I had plans for it being like a whole event during the
Yeah.
final party and stuff, and then due to
Lots
things all got scattered and messed up in that last day, but got to play a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You were supposed to destroy Archmaster, not join him.
I hate you! Bury the platypus!
Always losing polls. Well, hey, Mr. Robot was on here not too long ago.
That's true.
Have
Yep.
faith. Have hope.
You gotta
believe in
update your
Eva.
recommendations.
Uh-huh.
I believe.
Spirit.
Why is it me?
You just had that scary face, Calvin.
No,
Oh,
that's
it's
Czar.
Yeah, not
No,
Czar.
up in
Yeah,
Spirit.
No, up in the
Spirit's up here,
spirit
yeah.
logo.
Yeah, it's scary face.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, that's Czar. I know.
Yeah.
He's a ghastly.
Sorry, Czar.
You
If it makes you feel any better, I had a similar experience when I flew down to Florida.
just being stuck.
So you
I was
think-
just stuck in Charlotte for so many hours.
Good picture.
That is a good picture.
Oh, it's funny. Blind, we finally do another podcast.
Wait, is that what they said? It's been 84 years?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah.
84 years.
Earlier they said that. Okay.
Have we done that? I'm sure we have.
That's funny.
What the heck is this?
That's sweet, is what that is.
Calvin is there's a map and money. He is
No,
hiring a bat
yeah.
to give himself an alibi that he's not the bat.
Got it.
I'm ordering a hit.
And you need a jacket like that, Calvin.
That's-
You
Calvin,
look
you've-
so good in that
You've
jacket.
never looked that cool.
You never look that good.
I have.
No, dude, you
Never.
need that jacket.
Oh.
Never.
He likes everyone, not Czar.
Czar just had a hard time with Obi.
Well, I think Obi just got overwhelmed by all the amount of people in the studio. So Czar went up to him. He had his camera, went up to Obi, and Obi just kind of like slowly walked away. Poor puppy.
The other mods were just standing there waiting. Were they? Was that real?
Yeah, so Barry was one of the last ones to get to the house for the evening we had the mod party, and because we knew he was coming and all of us were already here and he was getting dropped off, everyone decided to just stand at the top of my stairs. So when I didn't really know this was happening, so when I opened the door, I was like, and everybody's here, and Barry walks in and there's like 12 people looking at the top, standing at the top of the stairs,
Just
staring
looking
at
at
him.
Yeah.
The Amon
Good times.
thing. It's funny. That's good.
Yeah.
That's about
A
right.
lot of people wanted that. Not the last one.
That was
That's
good.
That's a funny one. All right.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, that's all for podcast today. We're going to be back with a game tomorrow,
That you can vote on.
which is being voted on, I believe, right now at Blind Wave
Blind Wave
on
Gaming, right?
Community. I think it's just Blind Wave Community.
Oh, okay.
I'll make sure of that before, but yeah, the community tab on gaming channel for Blind Wave's channel.
But we'll be streaming it over at Blind Wave Gaming.
Yes.
we will, and here on Twitch.
That's true.
So
Make sure you guys find that poll, vote in it, your preference, and we'll be doing that tomorrow.
yes,
Looks like Helldivers is winning at the moment.
Hell yes!
Helldivers.
It's
what?
gotten some
But
choice
Fortnite has
choice
the-
buffs.
It got some huge,
But there's
huge
Marvel
buffs.
stuff in the Fortnite one.
I know.
People
I
are
know,
over Marvel.
but
I'm undecided.
Oh.
What do I vote
Democracy,
for?
though,
I don't know what
baby.
to do. What will I play?
Speaking of democracy, register and vote.
Register and vote.
yeah, it's really important.
Election's coming up.
Register and vote.
Make sure you look up the early voting in your area as well. Help avoid the lines. Vote on your time.
So, but yeah, next week we have Baldur's Gate next Friday. We have Donkey Kong on Thursday. Is there anything this Saturday for streams? No.
Not on my end.
Okay. Monday. All
Space
right.
Marine 2?
Eric is playing Outlast on Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
What a fool.
Outlaws, Aaron. You said it incorrect. You're terrible. This is
You
you're
could
trying
play
to
Outlast.
Get people to come.
And then I'll be back with Dark Souls and maybe hit some bosses that really, really hinder me. And I hit 200 deaths. Who knows? So make sure to join me on Wednesday. Otherwise, guys, I think that's everything. Right?
Think
That's
so.
everything.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for coming over Wavecon. Thank you, everybody.
Justin, chat.
Bye.
Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical